Pre-game here with Coach Andy Newton. Coach, tough defeat last night. Richmond Generals, a team that you saw about a month ago, very physical affair last night, much different story. Can you take us through a bit of a breakdown of that game and the outcome for us?
It was a back-and-forth hockey game. We capitalized early on in the first period, and then they tied it. No, they didn't tie it up. We went up 2-0. We were on a kill, and 5-on-5 we were on a 1-3, 1-4 check where a defenseman actually stacks up in the middle of the ice to take their center option away. We're on the kill. My defenseman steps up to take their center option away, and we do not want that. A pass to their stretch guy, they go in on a breakaway on the power play and make it a 2-1 hockey game. We went into the locker room, 2-1 going into the third period at this time, and we came out hot. First 10 minutes of that third period, we were all over them, popped in 2 more goals, and it's a 4-1 hockey game. I don't want to take anything away from Richmond. They're a heck of a hockey team, but at that point of the game, we had thought we won the game. Our effort wasn't there. We kind of backed off, and we allowed Richmond to definitely take it to us and pop in 2 goals in a 30-second span. The fourth one to tie it up 4-4 came a couple minutes later. We took a 5-minute major with about 7 minutes left to go in the hockey game. They scored 1 on that. We killed the duration of that off, but they forced the overtime, took us into a shootout. This is the second time this season we've been in a shootout. We have 0 goals in our 6 opportunities in a shootout. So long and short of it, they played a full 60 minutes. We played 50 minutes. It
sounds like, though, you have confidence, Richmond being the #1 team in the division. It sounds like you have confidence in your guys to actually go forward and beat this team. What changes are you making going forward today other than telling your team, it's got to be a 60-minute effort?
Like we just spoke about, we're a skilled team. I would like to think that we're the more skilled team. They're a blue-collar hockey team. They work hard. I want to take a little bit of that and put it into our lineup. I want our boys thinking about hard work, and if we can add the hard work into our skilled lineup, I think we're going to be golden this year.
Okay. Goaltending situation, anything change in the past couple of weeks since we haven't seen you?
No, nothing's changed. We got Richard back. He had to go home to Arizona for a little bit there. He's back here, and he competed really hard this past week in practice, putting a lot of pressure on our 1-2 duo that we have there with Parsons and Moyer. We gave Parsons the start yesterday. He let 4 pass them outside of the shootout. And I'm tough on my goaltenders. I would say 2 of those 4 were definitely on his shoulders. 1 5-hole he could have had. The third one I want to say was bad rebound control. He let the puck sit right out in the front, and they buried it. We're going with Moyer today. Moyer was a little disappointed that he did not get the start last week, or yesterday, I'm sorry. But ultimately, after last week or after our last game, he let 10 past him against Hampton. So right now it's any man's net. Who wants to go in there and get us the W?
Talk a little bit about, before we let you go, the new players added to this roster since the last time that we saw you here at Prince William.
We got 2 guys. We got Doc Gentzler, which is very much like the core that we have. He's a lot like a Maltzy, a Medeiros, a Carr, and a Gray. He's a smaller guy. He's about 5'10". He put up really good numbers last year at 18 AAA with the LA Junior Kings. He had about, I want to say, about 60 points last year at the 18 AAA, and the Junior Kings program plays the top tier programs across the country. So seeing that, bringing him in, he brought a lot of skill to the program, a lot of skill to our top 6. Also, Eric Anderson, the kid is big. He's 6'4", 205 pounds, another California native as well. Played for Orange County Hockey Club last year, which was also a pretty credible program out there in the Southern California area. I would like to say he notched about 70 points himself at that level. Bringing him in, he brings a lot of size, he brings a lot of toughness to the forward lineup, which we don't have right now. Anderson's more of a Todd Bertuzzi. He doesn't have that overwhelming speed, but being 6'4" and on his skates, his wingspan, his span, he takes up a lot of ice out there and stuff. And we started to see that yesterday, and the future's only going to hold better things for him.
And both players are injected in the lineup for today?
Yes, both players will be.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, David Stearns joined here with assistant coach Zach Creech. Creech, last night, tough pill to swallow. You guys were up 4-1, and then just things fell apart there. We got some thoughts from Coach Newton. How about from your side of the things? What did you see out there that worked and didn't work?
It's like you said, we had a 4-1 lead, 10 minutes there left in the game, and it just the bottom fell out. I think really what it comes down to is and I believe Newt spoke about it, is we're more of a skilled somewhat team. They're a blue-collar team, and hard work pays off in the end, and it did for them. Not saying that our guys didn't work hard, but I think when we got that 4th goal, they sort of got the mindset of, hey, we got a 4-goal lead or a 3-goal lead. it's sort of in the bag, but that's not the case. So hopefully today, that's probably something we'll touch on definitely before the game is, you got to play a whole 60 minutes. We played 50 last night, and we came out with a loss, and we should have had a W.
Yeah, they always say that the 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey, but it appears that with you guys, it's maybe the 3-goal lead now, so you guys have turned the corner on that in a negative direction. But now, how do you turn it back in a positive direction today? Because, obviously you guys got 2 new players on board, and then you guys are without Michael Addison, who has stepped away from the team here. And so now, with the additions of these 2 players, where do you guys move forward in today's game and through the rest of the season? Because you got East Coast next weekend on a quick turnaround back here at the Prince William Ice Center. What is it that you guys are going to do to oust Richmond from their top spot?
I think we really need to go with the game plan we went with yesterday. Like I spoke about earlier, we did our systems well. Our D-zone coverage was played very well. They would come in, take some quick shots. We'd get the puck in the corner and bring it right back out, and it was down. And, we had a lot of time in their zone offensively yesterday. So I think that game plan we should definitely stick with. We just need that other 10 minutes of hard work. Yeah. I'd like to see a little more grit out of this team. Speaking of one of the new players, Anderson, big guy. I was a big guy myself, so I know that role.
Well, you still are. So I don't think you got any shorter.
He's a soft-spoken kid. He's a good kid, though, but I think he's going to be sort of like quiet guy that, you push the wrong button and he's going to go off.
But in a disciplined way is what you guys are looking for.
Disciplined way. There's no dropping the gloves anymore, unfortunately, but it is what it is.
For good reason, I'm sure.
But I liked what I saw out of both players yesterday, him and Doc both. Doc's very calm with the puck. He's very smart with the puck. He sees the ice great. And I think if we can continue to have him do that, Anderson play big, and then the whole team just play like we did yesterday and just get a little more grit and hard work for the whole 60 minutes, we're going to come out with a W for sure.
Now, talking on the side about players that, obviously we have the new players that we're talking about, but other players that are performing well, like last night, Stephen Gerke was somebody we were talking about off camera. Talking about, Coach Newton said this, that usually when he performs at his best, he's throwing the body around. Unfortunately, it turned that one of his hits turned out to be a check from behind that turned into a major penalty. But aside from that, talk about a bit about the physical play, because that seemed to be the difference maker in the last time you guys saw Richmond. How does that factor into this? And are you preaching like a smart kind of physicality in this one?
Yeah, I mean, on the bench a lot yesterday, I noticed a few of their players, majority of their team on Richmond, they don't like getting hit.
They'll dish it out, but they just can't accept it.
Exactly. It's one of those things, like I can hit you, but you can't touch me back type thing. So I told the guys, I said, let's keep it clean. Let's, they had the puck. Let's finish our checks. And then I've always told these guys, and then, the way I was taught playing hockey, and I heard a lot growing up, and that I try to push on these guys is when you hit, you're just giving yourself that much more space throughout the game. When you start laying the hits at the beginning of the game, set the tone, these guys aren't going to want to touch the puck.
Right.
They're going to give you that space. They, open up more opportunities offensively for us in the end game. So, I think, like you said, a disciplined physical game, and I think if we can come into the game and do that, I think we can, just set the tone right off the bat.
So playing with the basics of like finishing your checks and all that, obviously we see like a player like Holloway, who's their top point scorer, but he's also second in PIMS, so obviously maybe one of those guys that doesn't like to be touched. So a key to success today, I mean, obviously with the goaltending situation you guys have, Coach Newton touched on this. Let's hear your thoughts on this now. Obviously Parsons had it yesterday, and now it's going to be Moyer today is the talk. Didn't sound like Parsons had a bad game, but
no, I believe he had, I think the shots were upwards in the 40s, I believe. He obviously let 4 pass him. One was in the shootout, or the fifth one was in the shootout. I think that was one of those things too with him where it's, there was 10 minutes left in the game. We got that 3-goal lead, and I think, the confidence of, well, we sort of got the game sort of sunk in. And I'd say the third goal I would definitely put on him. He made a good save, but the rebound that he put out was right in the slot. At this level, and as talented as he is as a goalie, he knows better to put a rebound out like that, and he knows how to control that, and he failed to do that.
Hey, by the numbers, one last thing before we let you go. By the numbers, you guys are a better performing team in the second period, it appears. So the third period, I mean, what is the message that you guys are going to have to give this team in the locker room between the second and third period to kind of give a strong finish? I mean, what is it? Because obviously it may not be a fatigue issue. It might be a mental fatigue, but, as far as the physical fatigue, your opponents are outplaying you guys in the third period. What do you guys got to do to match that intensity from your opponents in finish games?
Yeah, me and Newt just got to get in their heads and, back to the whole 60 minutes. You have to play a full 60 minutes of hockey, and if you find yourself in overtime, you're going to have to play another 5 minutes. It's like I told some of the guys earlier when they walked in today, I said, I think overall we're a better team than Richmond. I said, but they've beaten us 3 times because they outwork us.
Yeah.
So skill, I would have heard Brooks say can't remember what he said in Miracle there, but you can't win on talent alone. There you go, that, and you can't, and that's dead true. And Richmond has proven that 3 times against us, and I'm hoping today we can get a W and get the boys working hard in just a full 60 minutes.
If it were a talent thing, one last thing, really, finally, I promise you, if it were a talent thing, which guy on your roster could you isolate for us that you would think will have a talented game this afternoon?
I'm going to go with Turch.
Okay.
Turchenik. I mean, I was speaking with you off camera before, and just watch him, definitely. There's things that he does with the puck, and it's almost like he brings guys into him to try to poke the puck, to try to take the puck away, and it's kind of like, ha-ha, and he goes around him. He's just very calm with the puck, and it's, like Newts was saying earlier, that line is very fun to watch, him, Gray, and Maltz. So I expect big things out of them today. They had a lot of chances yesterday, and I'm thinking today they're going to capitalize on them. Sorry.
There you go. All right. Well, looking forward to it, and good luck out there today.
Thanks.
All right, thanks. Good afternoon, and welcome everybody to the Prince William Ice Center here in Woodbridge, Virginia. I'm David Stearns. He's Brian Schrembs. Getting set for a second game on the weekend on a home-and-home against the Richmond Generals. The Potomac Patriots fell last night to these Richmond Generals that are here visiting in this elite contest coming up here with a final score of 5-4 in a shootout. And unfortunately, it was a 4-1 lead that they blew in the second period. And it was not pretty from there on out, especially with a 5-minute major that came up. It only turned out to be a 3-minute major on a checking from behind penalty from Stephen Gerke.
It's one of those things where it's the cliche once again, play 60 minutes of hockey, but sometimes, and it happens at the professional level, you get up big, you get a little bit comfortable with that lead, and it comes back to bite you, and it certainly did here this weekend so far, but that's why we play 2 games in a weekend. See if they can take the split. It sounds like Coach has confidence that this team can beat the top team in the division, the Richmond Generals. Yeah, 0 for 3 so far in the 3 previous contests against this Richmond Generals team, and now we're going for a 4th. And the first 2 sets were 4-2 losses. Last night was the closest of the 3, and they had a commanding lead. And it's the playing the 60 minutes of hockey that you've alluded to, but now we have 2 additional players on this team that could be real difference makers. One of them with some NAHL experience, the other one with some junior hockey experience out with the Junior Kings out in LA. So we'll see Doc Gentzler and Eric Anderson. Coach was saying Doc Gentzler comes with a quite the offensive reputation, which is something that we could slide right into this top 6 that they have set up for right now. But honestly, it's just chemistry. You got to make sure that these guys can come in here, they can start clicking. This is a nice weekend to find out what works, what doesn't. They got away with a point yesterday. I think Coach is in the mindset they have to play a little bit more, blue collar. They have a little bit more hard work. They know they have the skill. We've seen them perform at a high level, but it's that grit, that hard work that teams like the New Jersey Devils or the Minnesota Wild have. That
when the trap defense.
I wasn't going to say it, but you said it, so
stereotype,
that's on you.
Well, taking a look at by the numbers here with Richmond, the guys that you want to isolate are obviously Jordan Holloway, that's at the top, with 11 points in 12 games, so he's on a point per game track right now, although just slightly less, but he also has 31 PIMs under his belt too, so he's one of those guys, as you'll see in the pregame interviews that we've had with head coach and assistant coaches Andy Newton and Zach Creech. One of the things is that Creech and I talked about was about the physicality between these 2 teams. Our boys are not afraid to be physical now, but the thing is, Richmond likes to be physical too, but they just don't like to be hit. So they like to hit, but they don't accept being hit. So that is usually kind of a spark that leads to a fire with Richmond. So you draw them in with some penalties there.
And we saw that in that first weekend. It was just chaotic down on the ice. First time those teams have ever met one another, and they're kind of feeling each other out. But it got dicey there for a while, and discipline continues to be the name of the game.
Saturday night there was 11 power play opportunities for Richmond.
It's something we harp on every week in our playback, but I feel as though it's not being addressed. You want to play physical, but you have to play smart on top of it. And the 5-minute majors aren't going to win you any awards in this league. They're not going to get the 2 points that you need to take away from today. So,
well, and when you want to isolate players like Holloway, maybe one of the things you're going to want to do is play physical. And that way you could draw them in, call those penalties. But the thing is, what Richmond took advantage of was not knowing what Potomac was like, except for maybe some preview in that Liberty weekend that Richmond played against Liberty and sort of Potomac. They both had a chance to watch each other, both the coaches and some of the players as well, whoever stuck around to watch their opponents play against Liberty. They got a sense of what their play style was like. But then when that first weekend came along here at the Prince William Ice Center, we saw Potomac just kind of biting on everything. Every time Richmond pushed and shoved back after the initial from Potomac, Potomac went in for the retaliation, and that's what really killed them in the end.
Yeah, and we've seen time and time again this team get caught for the retaliation. We've seen 2 minutes, we've seen 2 and 10. It hurts your team in ways that you can't even imagine. It kills momentum. It's something they have to address and keep working on, but there's a point where there's got to be, you would think there's got to be a consequence on the other end of that from the coaching perspective. When is Coach Newton going to say, you know what, enough is enough? You took 4 penalties in yesterday's game. Here's the consequence for that.
Well, let's talk about the 3 top guys on the Potomac side of the house here. It's Mikey Carr, Josh Maltz, and Nick Gray, all 3 at the top with 10 points apiece, with your goal scorer, Nick Gray. You know, not a surprise there. He's the leader of this team, essentially, in a lot of ways.
Yep.
But, you know, just being that return guy for the 3rd year here, he's really kind of shown what he's made of. And, you know, opponents are starting to realize that last year he kind of had a difficult go with it with 2 broken collarbones throughout the course of last year. And now this year, he's healthy so far. Heard a little bit of a rumor about a lower body injury that he was nursing a couple weeks back. But now, you know, back out on the ice, he is one of those guys that could be a shutdown guy offensively. But now the surprise guy that's not in the top 3, that is working his way up the stat sheet. Everybody says his name. We haven't talked to him yet. I'd love to talk to him, but I don't know if we can understand him. It's Turchenik. So Turch is the guy to watch out for. And in our pregame interview, Zach Creech and I spoke that Turchenik was going to be the guy to watch today. So if there was one player to watch, he draws them in. He's deceptive. He holds. He waits. Then when you challenge him, he makes his move.
He's got the flash that draws opponents to him, and he's not afraid to dish it off to somebody else. He's scoring goals. He's setting up goals. He seems to be gelling with his line mates.
Well, not just what he's setting up on paper, he's also setting up some great scoring opportunities too, from what I'm seeing out there on the ice.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you have a player from another country coming over. There's a lot more to deal with in the game on the ice. It's the communication issues, the adjustment issues on the ice. They seem to be doing okay. He seems to be taking to it quite well, and the coaches are very, very high on him.
Yeah, and last night with the power play numbers, we're talking. Both teams had, I believe, Patriots they've gone 0 for 3, and Richmond, I believe, went 1 for 4. But pretty much a more balanced game on the penalty side of things. But of course, we talked about that major penalty that was dished out to Stephen Gerke for that check from behind. Fortunately, there was a retaliation on the other side, which made it only a 3-minute major for Richmond. And of course, that penalty kill remains strong for the Patriots.
It does. And you have a player like Nick Gray who's out there killing penalties. He's on the power play. You have to think, you don't want to wear the kid down, but you have a complete player out on the ice. You have someone like, he's like a Marian Hossa. Yeah. Hossa plays both sides of the puck very well. He's got speed, he's got skill. They're dangerous shorthanded. We've seen them score a number of shorthanded goals this year. Yeah. So you don't want to put yourself in that situation. They have done so quite a bit this year, but when they're in that situation, they're operating quite well. Yeah. But nonetheless, don't leave your goaltenders hanging out to dry too much in a game.
Last night it was Parsons that was in net. Today it'll be Dustin Moyer, from what we're being told. Parsons having a bit of a go at it here. The 1-2 punch there is Parsons and Moyer. Richel still trying to work his way up the ranks here, but I think it's been pretty well decided who the 1-2 are, and got to give credit there to Parsons for the hard work that he's been doing the last few games. But obviously that 10-2 loss there sticks out like a sore thumb when it comes down to seeing where your goaltenders lie. And so we've given it enough time here since we had a week off between this weekend. I think Moyer's the choice for this morning, and I don't see any argument on that one.
No, and they've split time. Obviously, they both have their struggles. They both have their really high moments. It's just, as a coach, I would imagine you would hope that one goaltender would come through and steal the show. But on the flip side of things, both coaches seem like they're very comfortable running with a 1A, 1B goaltender. So not many teams have the opportunity to have confidence in two guys. So it's all about how you look at it. And you know, Coach said before the game in the pregame interviews that Richmond is actually making a run for it as well. So you could have a 1A, 1B, and 1C goaltending situation. Not a decision I would want to make every Saturday and Sunday myself.
No.
So we'll leave that up to the professionals.
Yeah, where you have it where every single practice matters. You know, as a goaltender, that's got to be very hard on you because it's, you know, fighting for your time on the weekend.
It is.
And, you know, you got to fight hard, but you also cannot overexert yourself in practice. So you got to be able to kind of moderate yourself there. So, but we got about a minute and a half until game time. So stay tuned here. We'll have the feed coming up here as Richmond will take on your Potomac Patriots for a second game on this home and home. This time it's back here for the Sunday game. Stay tuned. Face-off coming up. I guess no full show today. We're just going to go right into it. Well, welcome to the ice, your Potomac Patriots. We got Johnny Baranowski and Philip Prevost with our opening. Let's take it down to John with the introductions.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Prince William Ice Center for this USPHL Elite League game between the Richmond Generals and your Potomac Patriots. And now the starting line for Richmond. At number 22, Brian Lennon. At center, number 77, Jordan Oliver. Number 9, Jack Durham. At left defense, number 42, Isaiah Olszewski. At right defense, number 3, Ryan Gadsden. And in goal, number 32, Tucker Murphy. Coach of the Generals is Mark Stewart. And now let's start up for your Potomac Patriots. At left wing, number 65, Kevin Vigano. At center, number 11, Drew Trilling. At right wing, number 52, Michael Bond. At left defense, number 82, Doc Gentzler. At right defense, number 98, Corey Rivera. And in goal, number 30, Justin Boyer.
Anthem and opening face-off as we have some lineup changes that I did not expect. Stay tuned. McDonald on left wing. Let's play some hockey. As always, we thank our service men and women around the world and at home, protecting us here at home and our freedoms. We thank you. This afternoon, starting goaltenders brought to you by MyTech Automotive. Get your car road ready for the winter roads ahead. Visit mytechautoinc.com to schedule your appointment today. Who do we got? Mr. Schrembs.
To our left, Tucker Murphy. I have no stats on Tucker Murphy. He's got no games played. He's got one game played, possibly a relief effort. So we're going to see him for the first time this year, according to the stat sheet. Not the case on the other end. Dustin Moyer, 3-2 on the season, a 3-for-1 goals against, and a .915 save percentage.
Oh, there he is.
Your MyTech Automotive starting goaltenders, and you love putting me off center, don't you?
Well, there was a delay on the monitor, so those were your MyTech Automotive starting goaltenders. Here we go. Opening face-off in this contest between Richmond and Potomac. Potomac wins the draw. Back over to the front of their bench. Here comes Crilly. Crilly launching it through center all the way down to Murphy. Murphy will clear it off over to the corner. Played around the horn and up in front of the bench. Here comes Holloway. Holloway looking for somebody up through neutral. Durham's just offside there for a second, and now they will be offside as trailing behind it was Brian Leonard. You didn't print me out a roster. You gave me stats. I don't know who's who. Haven't seen these guys since the beginning of the season.
I got you in order.
Face-off just outside the Patriots zone, and inside it goes D to D. Crilly setting up along the wing, finds Medeiros. Medeiros through center. Couldn't get it on the skate of Mikey Carr. This one's going to be an icing charged to Richmond. Patriots Hockey, sponsored by Spine and Joint Institute of Fairfax, Virginia. Visit them at sjinstitute.com for your family wellness, sports medicine, and chiropractic needs, and schedule your appointment today with Dr. Felix Yeskin or Dr. Maria Schaefer. And it's Doc Yeskin here in the penalty box on the Patriots side. He's rejoined us.
Haven't seen him in a while. It's good to see him here.
Point shot blocked up front, swept away by the Patriots, and it's turned over and pushed out by Richmond. Nice check there by Justin Mendoza. He is never bashful to throw that body around, I tell you. Having a little trouble here is McDonald. McDonald retreating back into the corner, losing an edge there. Dished it out into the half boards, trying to clear it out, but Lopez will keep it in. Lopez getting the pass over to the near side. Fade to the front there. Lopez almost getting a chance on a return pass. And now it's kept in along the far blue line, down to the corner. Pollitt with it. Along the half boards now, Melise. Melise looking. He'll dump back over into the circle, almost going towards the slot. Realized, let's not go to the front of my tender. He's got enough stress in his life. Strikers straddling the blue line there as it comes over. Trying to dump it in deep there. But there'll be another chance from the defense, pinching it in there. It's Mendoza. On the back, he's got Ian Edgington. Melise putting it in deep to the far corner. 18:30 left here in the first. We're just underway. No score. And off into the far corner it goes. And it's cleared away by Richmond over to the near side. Looking for a breakout option here. Through center, but it's picked off by Edgington. Nicely there. And it's Richmond. It's Lopez taking a shot there.
Coach made mention of it in our pregame interviews. They always seem to have one guy in the slot position. They have to make sure that Potomac tightens up a bit on the defense and shuts that down.
Ooh. All right. Well, it's off in the far circle and sent out into the air and all the way down the ice, and no icing is called here as it's waved off. We do apologize. We're going to figure out our video feed here on the fast hockey. We'll get to it here in a moment. Apparently, we are without video. And we'll address that here in a minute as play continues on. Once we get a stoppage, I'll run over there and check that computer. As now it's Holloway with a shot that just goes wide. Cleared all the way down. No icing there. It was his own man there. Richmond clearing it down to their own end, and Olszewski with it now. Olszewski into the slot, over to the near circle. In his own zone through a breakout. Up ahead now. And it's Corliss trying to get it. And a shot and a save. Great save there by Moyer. I'll be right back in a flash.
Do what you need to. Richmond General's off to a hot start right now. Majority of the time spent down inside the Potomac end. The face off to the right-hand side of Dustin Moyer. Puck play down to the corner. Back to the top. Shot from the point. Big save there by Moyer, keeping the kick and a pad out in the corner. Welcome back. That's a stoppage there, saved by Moyer. Everything in its place.
All your Patriots, check them out on Twitter at Potomac Patriots. Tweet your support by using the hashtag #PayPats.
16:34 left to go here in the first period. Face off to the right of Dustin Moyer. I'll try this.
Well, partner, I don't know what's going on, so we'll just keep with the audio here. We do apologize. We're plugged into the right spots. This might be an equipment issue with fast hockey. We do apologize for that. Not sure why it's not coming through. We have everything set up as we usually do. Nothing has changed. And now, back for it. It's the Patriots trying to clear it out. On the neutral zone they go. As it's cleared in the slot.
Giveaway.
And it's Mikey Carr trying to backhand it to Medeiros. Carr working with it along the half boards. And coming in hot there. And that was Ludeman as a point shot there. Comes in hot from the new guy. Got to get his name under my belt here. As Medeiros didn't get a full wrap on that shot. Carr with another try it in. Gloved down there by
whistle.
Murphy. Really quick whistle. And
quick whistle
now the Patriots are getting battered around. Watch that retaliation. Somebody might be going to the box.
Yeah, we talked about it just a minute ago. The retaliation, and that's the case.
Yep.
Boy, it's just one of those things. Discipline, discipline, discipline. Did he get tossed?
No, she's going to the box. I got to go figure this out, partner, for one more try. Bear with me.
I don't know if I can do this.
All right.
Give it a second. I don't know. Let's call this kill first, then we'll figure it out.
We'll call the penalty kill, and I'll hop back over and try to fix Fast Hockey's equipment yet again. One of the far half boards. Here's a call from John.
2 minutes for roughing. Maderas 2 for roughing at 15:30 on the Reebok penalty kill.
Penalty kill sponsored by Reebok Hockey. Visit ReebokHockey.com or check out the selection here at the Prince William Ice Center. Olszewski with it now. Along the dasher there to Holloway. Holloway back to Olszewski. Olszewski takes his shot through traffic, batted away by Crilly. A rebound shot. And Holloway pulls the trigger, goes above the cage, and this one's going to be cleared down the length of the ice. Off to the corner and back behind, swept around by Murphy. Big forechecking there. That would be the new guy, Doc Gentzler. And now through the slot in a one-time setup there for Durham, but it's cleared away by the Patriots. Down the length of the ice, Murphy back out to play it. 1 minute left to kill by the Patriots. And over to the near side and in through center. Across the line to Richmond. And that was Blue Haler. Haler still trying to fight for it along those far boards. That's cleared out into the neutral zone. It's retrieved by Brian Leonard. Leonard with it up top. To the point. With a point shot just going wide. Over to the near side boards now. Picked up by Fasciano. Mike Fasciano up top. Gazek shoots, scores! That one had eyes as it beat Moyer. And it is a power play goal for the Richmond Generals with 14 minutes left here in the first.
Just seemed like a harmless shot from the point, and I can't quite tell if Moyer was screened or if it took a deflection in front, but regardless of what the case may be, 14 minutes left to go. Patriots get burned on the man. I'm sorry, in the penalty kill there. And we keep stating over and over and over again, it's discipline is the name of the game here. Got to make sure to stay out of that box. Those retaliations are killer. Pat's going to try and recover here and get one back. Richmond recovering in their own zone. Puck out to neutral ice. Attack coming forward.
Assisted by number 7, Michael Fasciano, and number 10, Chad Lopez. That's the additional catch run out in Lopez. Power play.
Penalty coming up here to the Richmond Generals. Looks like it's going to be a slash.
Yep.
Lost the stick in the process. I'm assuming that's where it's going to come from. So we're going to take a slash. Trying to get one back here. The Potomac Patriots. 13:33 left to go in the first. They are down 1-0, but have the first opportunity with the man advantage today. Went 0 for 3 last night, but we've seen a couple new faces out there on the power play. I'm going to see if they factor into this one at all.
One up top. And it comes over to the near side now. Gentzler. Gentzler looking for options. Gentzler along the half boards, near side. Swept back behind by Gray for Carr. Carr back up top. He finds Gentzler. Back to Carr.
Number 16,
Oh, what a shot there.
Lopez 2 for slashing at 13:33 on the process. Power play.
That'll be Michael Lopez taking a slashing penalty. Over for Gentzler. Gentzler winds up, fakes it. Nice little clap there, a little fake. Down for Carr. Here comes Gray. Spin around there through. Or actually, it was more of a wraparound, I beg your pardon. Gotta get my terminology down correctly. Here comes a chance now. This Carr trying to send it down to Gray. Gray will catch it. Into the corner he goes. Looking at options for Carr again along the half boards. Carr walking in. Comes in, and on goal. Murphy had him pulled. Feet to the front. Wide open there, and it goes past the far post. A little off target. That one, high stick waved off by Turchenik there as he had it, but then it'll be cleared down by Richmond as we have a minute left on the cross-ice feed power play. 12.5 to go here in the first. 1-0 Richmond.
Seems like a couple decent set plays here on the man advantage. They just got to make it work and set up all you want to, but you got to make it click.
Along the near side now and trying to chase it down. Anderson couldn't get there first. No, what? Oh, that's right. It is icing and a power play. Forgot who was killing a penalty there. Can't do both at once, I guess. And now, the Patriots will break it out. Long for Maltz. Maltz clearing it around the horn. Back behind Murphy, stopping it up, setting it up along the glass, not out. Taken down by the Patriots. Looking at options here, McDonald up at the point. Maltz leading the charge along the far side. With a pass up top, McDonald over to the near circle. Finds Drew Crilly. Crilly back to McDonald, who pulls the trigger, and it's blocked up front. Kept in by Crilly along the near side blue line. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Patriots down 1-0. Richmond striking first on their man advantage. They go 1-for-1 on a Gozick shot from the point. And this one's cleared down the length of the ice. We are back to five-side hockey with 11:33 left here in the first.
Decent opportunities there for the Patriots, just nothing converted at all.
And it's teed up. Up into the high glass. Trying to keep it in there is Medeiros. Medeiros trying to work with Maltz along the far side, but it'll be Richmond. Clearing it out through neutral. And now chance for Pollitt along the right wing. Pollitt along the half boards down into the Patriots territory. Up top for Gazick, who has the lone goal in this contest. Trying to get around Strykars. He dumps it off into the far corner. Richmond maintaining control, but no, it's going to be aggravated there by Medeiros. Medeiros working in tandem there with McDonald. It's cleared out in the neutral zone. Now it's played ahead. Out of the tape of Crilly. Crilly across the Richmond line. Set up to the front, and Olszewski got in front of that one. Intended target there was number 24, who is Keogh for the Patriots. And now it's back the other way into the Richmond zone as it was intercepted there by Mendoza, who's pitching high into the play. Mendoza was intended to be a forward this season, but obviously that defensive core was just strengthened by him staying back there on D.
You know, I'd hate to have his presence, his physicality not on defense.
Yeah.
The type of game that he plays is a beautiful shutdown defender role, and not too many forwards can say that they have that attribute to them. So.
Face off, coming up to the right of Moyer. Malise. Over now for Strykars. Strykars near circle, feed to the front there. A little give and go, pad save there by Murphy, but the rebound left in the blue paint, but he'll swallow it up. Keogh on top of the puck as well, but we'll get a stoppage of face off to the right of Mr. Murphy.
Shots even at 4 apiece. Slight edge to the Richmond Generals, though. Got a couple more decent scoring opportunities, but the Pats are trying to set up in front of the net. Had a number of set plays so far. Just got to get one to work here.
Up along the near boards and up to the blue line. Not out. Mendoza taking his point shot. The glove. The leather will snatch it out of the air. Mr. Murphy.
Quick on that whistle.
Yeah, he is very quick. Not taking any chances. No. Halfway through the first period, 1-0 Richmond. Patriots hockey is proudly partnered with the Prince William Hockey Club and the Potomac Prospects. Visit pwhockey.com for more details on these development and youth hockey programs.
Maybe this is the same referee that did the game in the first time around when there was, I don't know, about 150 to 200 penalty minutes in that game?
Well, so far we've only got 4. And I don't think it is him. I don't see any familiar faces there on the lines or the water wings.
Far cry from the first weekend of intense, spirited play between these two squads. Both wins for Richmond by 4-2.
One back by Richmond. Taking it away is Max Barr along the far side, up along the high glass. Not out. Well, now finally it's cleared out. Patriots will have it, though, and it'll be cleared in by Anderson. Anderson's got some height on him, and he's playing really deep in the play. I thought he was a defenseman, but now he is a forward. And he was described as a Todd Bertuzzi-like player, which frightens the heck out of me. So I wouldn't want to play up against him, that's for sure.
No, he's got some size. He is noticeable out on the ice there.
Clear back. McDonald, I guess he is playing defense. That was kind of a red herring in the whole thing. And that funny bounce off those doors, almost going in favor of Richmond, but Glatt will play it away now, trying to hook up there with Anderson. And Anderson will go off on a change. Maybe I got my numbers mixed up here, but no, 81 is J.C. Paquin. Yeah, his jersey still has not come in yet, as I'm being informed. Zielinski getting around Ludeman. Zielinski still with it. Had an extra twig on there. And he takes a shot and a save by Moyer. Moyer wipes out there after that initial save. And now comes around over to the near side. Up along those boards, the lively boards along the near side, inside the Patriots zone. Zielinski keeping it in there. Up along the half boards for Durham. Durham into the corner, finds Holloway. Holloway being challenged by Turchenik. Turchenik successfully swings it over to the near side. The lively boards work out for the Patriots in this case. And now breaking it out is Nick Gray.
Oh.
Gray gets crushed hard there by Zielinski, but he continues on. Gray coming in on goal, takes a shot. Murphy the save. No rebound coming as he swallows it up and holds on for the faceoff. 8:26 left here in the first. Richmond holding on to the 1-0 lead.
Ooh, talk about perseverance on that one. Nick Gray got crunched into the boards down here. Kept going forward with the puck, set up a decent 2-on-1. But nonetheless, 1-0 still the score. So Richmond scored a power play goal, shot from the point about 4 minutes ago.
And away with it. And out into neutral. Over to the far side, and a shot deflecting right at the protective netting. And out of play is, we'll get another face-off. We do apologize for the lack of video feed right now. We are going to look into it on the Fast Hockey. Might be an equipment failure. We're going to look into it in between periods here. 8:12 left here in the first. 1-0 Generals. We got David Stearns alongside Brian Schrembs up here in the booth. John Baranowski, Philip Prevost down on the ice level. Working the entertainment here at the Prince William Ice Center in Woodbridge, Virginia. 1-0 Richmond. Last night Richmond took away a 5-4 shootout victory against your Potomac Patriots. As Mikey Carr is going to be ruled offside. The puck was in the neutral zone, but Mikey was inside the zone.
Well, let bygones be bygones on this one.
Pretty interesting.
That's why we're up here and not down on the ice, Stearns.
Exactly. It's been a while since I called a radio game, so let's do it. Face off in front of the Richmond bench. One back by Potomac, all the way back to Potomac's blue line for Crilly. Crilly retreating deep back into his own zone, but then he'll give it up ahead now for Gentzler. I beg your pardon, that's not, yeah, that is Gentzler. I got to get that right. He's got to get a name on that jersey. Over for the near side, back into the Patriots zone. And giving chase there is Beal for Richmond there, as the Patriots will gain control of it. Over to the far side for Gentzler now in the far corner. He drops it behind the back, and it's launched into the rafters, and we'll get a stoppage. Face-off will be to the right of Dustin Moyer. 7 1/4 left here in the first, 1-0. Richmond Generals. And we'll have a bunch of whistles going, and
Throwaway
it almost
series.
sounds like a parade. And we have a goaltending timeout here as Dustin Moyer will address his pads, which is very strategic.
He's good.
Slow things down.
He's
Fix
good.
the lacing. Face off. A little early jump there by Medeiros, but Richmond will win it on the second try there. Comes up top to the point, blocked there. Shot taken there by Wedden, James Wedden. Tried to get it through traffic, blocked by Potomac. Gentzler trying to reach that one out of the air, like Michael Jordan, but it's taken away the other way by Paul Serta. Serta dropping it up, top of the slot, the shot! Enough traffic up front to block it as it's steered off into the far corner. Mikey Carr working there with Ludeman as it's fed through the center ice area for Doc Gentzler. Gentzler trying to get around his man, and he gets played on a pick there and loses the puck over to the near side. Nice work there by the Richmond defense. That guy was Jack Zielinski. Moyer having trouble with it behind his own net. Getting a little pressure there by Paul Serta. Serta still working some pressure there as Mikey Carr finds an outlet pass through center. Could not connect there with Medeiros. Is picked up by Richmond and gunned right back in. Moyer back to play it. Leaves it there for Edgington, who is being chased by a couple of Generals. And Zielinski will steal it away from him in the neutral zone, taking it right back into the Patriots territory. Swinging around the horn. And it's going to be on the tape of Michael Lopez. Lopez being checked off the puck by Ludeman. Ludeman trying to put it up along the far wing, but it's popped over to the near side. Still inside the Patriots zone. Trying to get there first is Keogh. Keogh will get there and launch it through the air. Missing everybody. This one will come back in icing with 6:08 left here in the first. Fans want to get back into the game? Nagged by that old sports injury? Visit midcountypt.com. Find out how you can get back to 100% and back out on the ice. midcountypt.com.
Fairly balanced game here so far. Just the one slip up on the power play, but it just seemed like a harmless shot from the point. Past Dustin Moyer, so they got to figure it out lock it up for next time. Their power play has been quite efficient this year. They're operating at a decent percentage. I think Coach said 80-20 is what they were looking for, is the ideal situation. We'll see if they can kill off a few more. Hopefully we won't see any more penalties, but I'm not too sure I'm bold enough to make that claim.
You just jinxed it.
I'm not going to make that claim.
Crilly having a little trouble there with Mr. Michael Lopez. Dishes it off over to the other D. That's McDonald. Up ahead now for Crilly. Crilly winds up, takes his shot there as Jack Strikars was about 2 feet offsides. He's thrown his weight around. No, I beg your pardon. That was actually Melise who did not realize that they were offside. But now, no matter, it's McDonald back in his own corner. That one got launched all the way through. This one blocked out of the air by Richmond's Michael Lopez. And it's played by Strikars, dumped in, and Gazek trying to steal it away from him, but Olszewski back behind his keeper will have to chase it down, set things up along the near wing. 5 1/4 left here in the first, 1-0 Richmond. Michael Lopez jumping it in. Moyer, bounced over his stick, out in the front. Jonas Glatt will come over and clean things up, and he gets tripped up there, no call. He's up along the front of the Patriots bench, and it's a lively bounce off the boards again, and it works out in favor of Justin Mendoza.
It's almost advantage.
Mendoza across the Richmond line, trying to take a shot. Couldn't get a full wrap on it as this one's played up in the protective netting by Holloway, and a face-off will remain inside the Richmond zone to the right. Murphy with 5:01 left here in the first. Richmond holding on to that 1-0 lead. Here at the Prince William Ice Center, visit pwice.com for public skates, stick and shoots, and all sorts of other schedules. pwice.com, Prince William Ice Center, located here at 5180 Dale Boulevard in Woodbridge, Virginia. And I got an explanation coming up here to the coach of the Richmond Generals. And that'll be that. Quick discussion. Jonas Glatt winning the faceoff up top. Mendoza pulls the trigger. That one blocked up front, and Richmond's going to go short-handed here as J.C. Paquin got taken out in the slot. Is that a trip or a cross-check?
One of the two.
One of the two. We'll find out.
Cost him 2 minutes. Big 2-minute penalty here for the Potomac Patriots to try and take advantage of. Try and get that reset button to hit here and go into the locker here. 1-1. Take that.
We'll take a second power play opportunity here on the Cross Ice Feed. Powerplay, crossicefeed.com.
Power play's had its moments this year so far, but it could be a little bit better. Maybe the new guys that they brought in will help them out a little bit.
And a shot from the point over the glove of Murphy. I believe Potomac went 1 for 3, if I remember my stats correctly from last night. So they were operating at 33% of the power play. Not too shabby.
Nope. Not too shabby at all. Oh, we see McDonald back on the defensive on this one.
Well, he's going to quarterback this one as he normally does. That point shot is dangerous.
2 minutes for cross-check. Durham 2 for cross-checking at 4:56 on the cross-check.
A little behind the back shot there. That is not Durham. Man, oh man.
The cross-check up top.
Haler taking out his man. I swear that Durham, I beg your pardon, was 91. He's number 91.
1:37 left to go here with the man advantage for Potomac. Face off to the left of the goaltender, Murphy.
Here, he's got him wrong down there.
Murphy's having himself a decent game so far. A couple big saves in the power play, this last power play, and the one taking place right now. And here comes the phone call.
Jack Dewey was the one that actually got the penalty. He's from Coppell, Texas.
Tell them that this is true. We had a virus on our server this week.
4:25 left here in the first. 1-0 Richmond. And it's back behind the cage and over for Zielinski. Zielinski trying to clear it out, but it's kept in there by McDonald. Along the far side, Maduros did not see it coming, so here comes an odd man rush. Short-handed, nice cut off there by Kevin McDonald. McDonald, K-Stash trying to put it on the tape of Maduros. Maduros lost a twig. That one went about 15 feet in the air. We measured it. And now it's cleared out by the Richmond Generals down the length of the ice.
It's the quality you get with this broadcast. Quick with the tape measure.
Hey, I just moved, so that tape measure is on my hip at all times. Measuring how much damage I've done to the new house. And it's through center and cut off again by Richmond. This one launched over to the far corner. McDonald is going to backhand it up along the far boards. Carr couldn't get to it. Michael Lopez will. He'll set it back for Gazek, who will slow it down at his blue line. Over to Olszewski. Olszewski back over to Gazek, and Gazek will find an opening. Almost killing a zebra. but Moyer will find it. Half a minute left on the man advantage for the Patriots. 3:20 left here in the first. 1-0 Richmond Generals. Patriots 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Richmond 1 for 1. And Turchenik going in there. Murphy back behind the cage. Oh, he almost got trapped back there, but here comes an attempt up top. There comes Gentzler. Fake shot over to the far side for Edgington. Edgington back to Gentzler. Gentzler having to settle it down with his ankle as it was a bouncing puck, and we're back to five-side hockey. 2:55 left here in the first. 0 for 2 are the Patriots on the man advantage. Olszewski will tee it up, and it'll hit Gentzler. No icing since it nailed him. And we got an open penalty box door. Good job, Philip Prevost. Reaching through the 5-inch crack to shut it. That's bravery right there. Off in the near corner. Trying to steer it out are the Patriots. They will do so. On finishing a check there, Turchenik with a pass across over to the far wing to Melise. Melise, far circle, looking for options, curling behind the net, over to the near post. He looks very dramatic. He still has it. Will he do something with it? Yes, he will. He passes it down to Turchenik. Turchenik being pressured there by Dewey. And it's up front. Point blank. Murphy makes a save. Melise keeping us all on the edge of our seats. 2:03 left here in the first. 1-0. Richmond 9-6 shots in favor of the Patriots, though. 1 for 1. Richmond on the man advantage. Patriots trying to find their magic.
Yep,
They're 0 for 2.
Pat's a little flat in the first start of this period, but things have picked up a little bit since then.
Just a bit. Yeah, it's chased down by the Generals, and that was Fasciano trying to clear it up along the half-board's far side, but it's kept in by the Patriots with the backhand shot. Murphy makes another save. Ludeman keeping it in. Along the half-boards there for Melise. Melise having trouble with the bouncing puck, and this one's launched into the air into the neutral zone. Ludeman will catch up with it there back in his own zone. Backhanding up ahead now for Keogh. Keogh ahead along over to the near wing for Strykars. Backhanding it in as we come down to 95 seconds left here in the first period. Up along the far wing now. Nice keep in there by Medeiros. Medeiros feeding it to the front. Here comes a chance for Keogh. Oh, what a poke check there as that one goes into the protective netting. And we'll get a stoppage of play there. What a great couple of opportunities. The offense is clicking now, but it may be a little late here in this first period.
A lot of slot play today. This team is definitely taking advantage of the open players left right in front of the goaltender, Murphy, but Murphy's been up to the test.
Well, hopefully we hit sevens here soon. I think that's a jackpot, right? Oh, and Richmond's going to win out the race. Oh, I think Richmond actually won that race.
I think we're going to go right to center ice for a face-off here.
Who's going to concede on that one? Nobody will. Huh? No, that linesman did, but he didn't. Nobody's going to concede the call on that one, so nobody's going to admit they're wrong. Face-off to the left of Murphy. Tucker Murphy stopping all 10 shots that came his way so far in this game. 1:15 left here in the first. 1-0 Richmond. Patriots looking to tie it up before going into the dressing room. And a check there. As it comes up top, and we're going to have a call. Mikey Carr's going to go. LaCour is going to call him for unsportsmanlike? Something on the delivery of the check, maybe. Or did he do excessive celebration after he delivered the blow? I don't know. 1:06 left here in the first. It's a 2-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
What's the call?
He was directing traffic. He was directing traffic in the direction of the man wearing the orange bands on his arm.
Yeah, I guess that warrants... Maybe. It's just trying to be helpful. If you're just asking me, it's just...
it's just a friendly heads up, I'm coming through.
Yeah.
So that is 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct. And here's a chance, shorthanded. No, where's the penalty up on the board? Oh, it's a 10-minute.
Number 52, Michael Carr, a 10-minute misconduct for unsportsmanlike conduct. Michael Carr, 10-minute misconduct.
Well, this is kind of like the 5-minute...
10 minutes.
5 minutes for where we get tripping last week?
Yeah, 5 minutes for
5 minute major for tripping?
Yeah, that was in the Empire game with Wadier. Sheesh. And Crilly taking his man into the board says we're going to slow this one down to a half a minute left here in the first. Up top, Olszewski takes a shot, missing everybody. Funny
love
bounce.
that board.
Lively boards. It might have been glass. Turchenik trying to make this one into an odd man rush, but Olszewski will pop it back. He'll get it onto the tape of Ryan Gasick. This one comes out in the neutral zone. 10 seconds left. As it goes back to the Patriots zone, it's Crilly. Backhanding it past Michael Lopez. Turchenik will have it. 5 seconds left. And a home run pass through center. Here comes one last shot. Right in on Murphy and a save, and that'll do it. First period over. Richmond 1. Potomac 0. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
First intermission here with Doc Gentzler, the newest member of the Potomac Patriots. Get everybody up to speed on your playing experience coming from California. Talk a little bit about where you played out there, the level that you played at, and the position that you played.
Yeah, I came from the Los Angeles Junior Kings, the 18 AAA team with Jack Bocus. It was good competition. You know, we played in the Tier 1 league, which is a very competitive league, and yeah, now I'm out here.
First game with Potomac yesterday, potted yourself a goal. Talk a little bit about your playing style. What do you bring to the ice, and who are you sort of gelling with this first weekend?
I like to bring a gritty. I'm a smaller guy, but I like to play with a little bit of grit. I've actually been friends with Corey Medeiros for a while now, so we kind of click right away, and it's been kind of easy transition for me.
The game at hand today, you're playing a Richmond team, top of the division right now, but last night you proved that you can kind of run with these guys. You got the skill to do so. What are you going to do in this game to prevent something from last night from happening once again?
We just got to hang with them, get pucks deep, and go to the net. We're going to score a couple here, and we'll be right back in it.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
First intermission here. Back up to you, Mr. Stearns. We got a few minutes left to go here, but nonetheless, definitely not an unsurmountable task here for the Potomac Patriots, down 1-0 to these Richmond Generals.
Welcome back to the Prince William Ice Center here in Woodbridge, Virginia. David Stearns with Brian Schrembs. Just had John Baranowski up here in the booth giving us his thoughts from down low and what he saw down there in that first period. Yeah, definitely a different kind of a story is what we saw the first weekend here at the Prince William Ice Center.
The last time we saw these two teams?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
More of a stagnant type play this time around.
No penalties carrying over. Here we go.
10-minute major in the box right now, Mikey Carr.
Except for that one.
Yeah.
It's not on the board. So it doesn't really count, does it? Well, it does, I think, with the line combinations. Here's Paul Serta bringing his team offsides. Brian Leonard trying to do a bit of a, I don't know, that was kind of like a sliding at first kind of move.
A for effort.
You got it.
At least.
Well, the face-off will be just outside the Richmond zone.
Giles to bet outside.
And Wedden trying to do a bit of a launch there for Baker, the linesman, to catch that puck. As he did a little plie there.
We'll put that on the bloopers reel for the end of the for the Christmas party.
You got it. Crilly working with Maltz. Crilly up on the glass. Wedden will glove it down. He'll try to chip it in deep as he does so successfully as it bounced over a couple of sticks. And it'll be for Kevin McDonald. K-Stash with a breakaway pass now for Turchenik. In on goal, shoots. Oh, what a save
what
by
do we got
Murphy.
there?
And a stick goes into the goal. That's 2 points, right?
I think Turchenik's going to get 2 points for on the whatever on earth that was.
That was kind of funny. What great back checking there. Somebody just got undressed or something. I see a bunch of twine or something being unraveled.
You know, we've seen the home run pass. That was about the third or fourth time today we've seen a home run pass from the defensive end. And
I know.
Honestly, it's
like a set play.
It's a little bit different. We don't usually see that from the Patriots when they're especially 5-on-5.
Wadier trying to put it up along the half board, stripped away by Richmond. No, I thought it was a nice keep, but it's touched by Jack Strykars. Face-off will come outside in the neutral zone. Patriots hockey is proudly sponsored by Pepsi, makers of Gatorade, fueling the Potomac Patriots. And it's chipped back in. Fasciano with it now. Going D to D. Looking for an outlet to get out. He cannot. Chad Lopez didn't have it there, but now it's another try. Corliss will throw it in around the horn. Dustin Moyer will have to set it up along over to the far boards. It'll be kept in there by Zielinski. Zielinski trying to get it along the half boards. Pollock through into the slot. And here's a chance, a breakaway chance. Here comes Maltz in on goal. Takes his shot. Oh, what a save, the rebound. Oh, man, what an effort there by Murphy. And it's over to the far end of the neutral zone and into the Patriots zone. It goes, and a poke there hole. What a save by Moyer, kicking out that pad. That was a nice little touch pass and shot there by Mason Corliss, right in on goal. And through the slot, over to the near side wing. And it's Maltz trying to get around his man Haler. Gets a pass there for Gentzler. Gentzler dragged it in behind him, and that's offsides. 18:28 left here in a second. We're just underway with the second period. 1-0 Richmond up here at Woodbridge, Virginia. Just an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe 4 hours, depending on traffic, away from Richmond.
Depending on what time of day you're traveling.
Yeah, right. Patriots Hockey, sponsored by Threads Inc. of Dumfries, Virginia. Check out My Threads Inc. No, Threads Inc. Threads-Inc. INK.com for your sports embroidery needs. Don't stop believing. 18:21 left here in the second. We had a quick stoppage of play as that puck went in to the Patriots bench, almost nailing Empire coach Matt Little. Making that bench look a little bit more authoritative with 3 coaches. It looks better.
Assert your presence. Whoa, quick shot off the
right
face-off.
on. Oh, man. There goes my eardrums.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. It's all the excitement of the world there. It's J.C. Packwood trying to tie up his man, Gazik, who has the only goal in this contest. This one misses everybody.
Not gonna win that one.
Richmond
They got it right
will
this
win
time.
the race for that one. Mendoza, though, on the back check there, trying to force his man to the corner. The pass up top. Gazik taking another shot, almost getting a second goal. That laser just went just a little wide. And he'll give it another try. That one's blocked nicely, but the rebound comes up top, and that one loose. Oh, baby, it misses the glove side corner up top, and we have a delayed call coming up against the Patriots. Mendoza, he plays it, and now he'll get a chance as Jonas Glatt will support, and then the extra attacker does not have an opportunity to come out. Now we have a call coming up to Potomac, a Reebok Hockey penalty kill. ReebokHockey.com to check out the latest and greatest in hockey gear, or check it out here at the Prince William Ice Center.
Looks like Anderson sitting for two for elbowing.
I forgot what time Mr. Carr went in there to get his oil changed, but he should be back out soon, hopefully, because these line combinations need to be worked out. What's that?
I said, well, that was something.
Number 71, Eric Anderson, 2 minutes for elbowing.
Elbowing.
For elbowing at 17:41.
Leonard on the near side. He'll dump it in. Durham down there to chase. Durham backhanding it up over the far boards by Holloway there as Holloway set up the pass down to the front, and a chance there steered away by the Patriots. Minute and a half left on this penalty kill. Durham along the half boards, trying to scoop it down low, finds Leonard, back over to Durham. Durham looking up top of the circle. Zielinski wide open, turn, shoot, save. Moyer rebound, left Juicy in the slot. Almost taken there by Gentzler towards his own keeper, but it's stick to side over to the near side now. Holloway, top of the circle, blocked by Gentzler again. Here comes a shorthanded chance for Gentzler. Can he get ahead of Zielinski? Gentzler coming in, takes a shot, right over the blocker side. I don't know if he got a piece of it, but Murphy, he lined up that one. Gentzler with a shorthanded try, 3-on-1 the other way for Richmond. Leonard comes in, shoots, scores! That's a second power play goal. They are 2 for 2 if I'm not mistaken. 16:42 left here in the second. 2-0 Richmond.
The Patriots may have gotten a little bit greedy with that
shorthanded
attempt there. Gentzler with the pinch up. Shot just rang around the boards right outside of the zone, and you'd never see a 3-on-1 coming back the other way with a man advantage, but we saw one there. They did what they had to with a nice give and go, and that's that, 2-0.
Well, Gray's having a discussion with the referee. Not exactly sure what the topic of conversation is, but I'm sure it isn't politics.
Looks like he was looking for a hand pass or something. He keeps motioning with his hand.
And we'll get the call from the public address on who done it.
Richmond penalty goals scored by number 22, Ryan Leonard, assisted by number 42, Isaiah Olszewski, and number 77, Jordan Holloway. That's Leonard from Olszewski and Holloway at 16:42 in power play goal.
Leonard from Olszewski and Holloway is the call. So Gazik and Leonard, 2 power play goals, have Richmond in the driver's seat of this one. And it's scooped down low over the far corner. Maltz couldn't get a hold of it. Now it goes over for Turchenik. Turchenik getting spun around like a top. And it's scored free there. Picked up by Maltz. Maltz feeds to the front, and it was wrangled up by Richmond, who will send it down the length of the ice, but it bounced over a Patriot stick, but apparently it did touch it on its way, and no icing. Edgington getting taken into the boards. There's Paul Serta, a chance there. He tries to set it up front, and he'll go off on a change as it's Pollitt trying to work hard for it. And he gets some support there from Lopez. That Lopez was Chad, and it's now 3-on-2 the other way. Jack Streichart along the left wing. Dumps it in. He'll chase down his dump in as he'll go back behind the cage. He'll stay with it over to the near side boards where he has to contend with Corliss. Now it's Zielinski. Zielinski sweeping it over to the far half boards, and he'll pay the price for touching that puck, but now Richmond will clear away with it with Chad Lopez putting up in front of his bench. Had it for a second, they'll have a delayed offside, and they'll tag up. Patriots looking to break out with Ludeman along the near side. Up for Melise, who will tip it in. Chase down there, Keogh. Back for Melise. Melise looking, he's got two generals, and squirted over for Keogh behind the cage. Keogh trying to maintain control. Over to the corner he goes. 14:55 left here in the second, 2-0 Richmond. Corliss trying to clear it out, kept in there nicely, but Keogh got spun around by Fasciano, and Richmond will have some open ice here as Zielinski will pop it in through the air. Glove down, played away by Mendoza nicely, but it's turned over to Pollitt. Pollitt trying to get it back to Zielinski, almost splitting through the D as Keogh's putting on some forechecking now. Out into the neutral zone, but tossed right back in by Mendoza. 14.5.
Correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first weekend that we've seen Spencer Kehoe on the ice.
He was in for a couple of shifts in a previous game or two.
Seems to be playing a more prominent role today.
Yeah, I think with some of the lineup changes and also with Carr being in the box, it's kind of a necessary plan to move him through the ranks, probably from the fourth line up.
That's true.
Seems like a lot of shuffling since the last time we saw these guys. As, you know, they had about a week, well, 2 weeks of practices between Hampton and Richmond here. As this one's fed to the front, Tim almost had a one-time opportunity. The puck went sailing past his twig. Along the half boards, Olszewski going to pinch in there to support, but it's cleared out by the Patriots, by Mendoza. Up ahead now for Medeiros. Medeiros did not direct traffic there with the linesman, so he'll stay out on the ice. No penalty. Medeiros trying to spin it back into the corner. Clear up attempt. Gray kept it in. Down low, it's Gentzler trying to wrap it around. Gentzler being tied up there. Kept in by McDonald, who's deep inside the play. Gentzler feeding it to the back. He scores!
Bobby Orr!
I've got nothing. 13:28 left here in a second. The Patriots cut the lead down for Richmond by 1.
Puck lying, like you say, juicy in front of the net there. Flying through the air on the trip, burying his goal. The opportunity he got in front of the net there. I didn't see who it was.
What? Who got it?
Let me just say, we got it. It was a good.
It was Gray up there
video.
working like a worker.
Yeah, it could have been. I'm going to wait for the public address and I'll tell you who got the goal.
Scored by number 98, Corey.
Here we go again.
Just a little off.
Assisted by number 82.
Hey!
I've got ants in my pants. They've tied it at 2. 13:15 left here in the second period.
Make quick work of that one. You do is you get right back on that horse and do it all over again. Stearns just another break in. A beautiful effort there. Individual effort. And again, this camera thing and trying to follow the play is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Usually I would have a goal scorer for the audio, but I'm going to say Medeiros got that first one.
No, good call. Good call. We'll get the call of the second one.
Kind of shades of last night, only going in the other direction, you know?
I'd say so. I believe Anderson had a lot to do with that one. Let's see how it comes out in the wash. Up along the near side. Here it comes.
Scored by number 71.
Yep.
Anderson. Assisted by number 65, Kevin McDonald.
And this one goes out. Anderson getting a lot of support there from McDonald in the initial try. Great work by McDonald, and Gray to cover him up top. So Crilly and Gray holding up on the top there. McDonald doing some great work down low, creating the opportunity for a rebound to be punched home by Eric Anderson, who will get his first point as a Potomac Patriot.
Yeah, a well-deserved point and an awesome point to keep this momentum going in their favor.
The reset button has been hit. 2-2 with 12:40 left here in the second period.
Got to keep it going. Here we go.
2-on-1 coming back the other way. And Gray gets set up the shot. What a
nice
save by
save.
Murphy. He'll knock the net off. And play will continue now. And there's the whistle. 12:27 left here in a second. Woo, the intensity.
Ooh,
It's electric.
My, how the tides have turned here in the second period, halfway home almost, and we've got ourselves a pretty decent game going on here.
I'll say.
Not too shabby at all.
Turchenik taking the draw. Up against Michael Lopez. Lopez wins it off over for Fasciano in the corner. Fasciano, his turnaround around the world cut off by Gray, but he gets taken out of the play by Beal. Now it's Zielinski tapping it up. Maltz keeping it in. Gray set up into the slot. Oh, and he has a stick lifted up. And it'll be taken by Paul Serta through neutral, up along the far wing. And a chance now, it's Lopez. Michael Lopez getting shoved into the boards there. And it's Mendoza putting it over to the far half boards. It's Gazek putting it into the corner. Ludeman down low there. Moving it off for Turchenik. Turch will put it up for Gray. Gray dancing his way with a pass up through center. Ludeman couldn't connect with it. Turchenik will. Wow. He's got a long reach there. He's got a very long twig in his hand there, so he was able to reach through and pop that one out of the General's reach. But it is cleared inside the Patriots zone. Let's see if the Patriots can keep the momentum going. 2 unanswered goals. They answered back to Richmond's 2. Now Richmond's turn to respond. And a chance there. Murphy getting a little roughed up there. He's behind the cage. He was in a lane of traffic. He's getting run over by a Mack truck as this one bounces up into the slot and it's cleared away by Isaiah Olszewski. And it's a clearing attempt kept in there by McDonald and bounces way into the slot, and Olszewski will reach up and he'll put it up along the near wing for Corliss. Corliss across the line. Corliss on the half boards, clearing it over to the far boards, out of the reach of Chad Lopez, and it goes past Gazek out to the neutral zone in front of the timekeeper's box. He'll send him in, and here comes a chance now up on the wing for Strykars. Across with Keogh. Strykars winds up, takes a shot, pad saved by Murphy. Oh, what a check there. Strykars taking out his man, and he's going to get called for that. It'll be a slash? Oh, he's not getting the call. This one's going against Richmond.
Wonder if we're getting a hook?
No, that was a slash. That one's going to Richmond. We got a power play on the way. Pollitt is the guilty party.
Now would be the ideal time to make a case for a power play goal here.
Well, they're 0 for 2. Let's see if they can go 1 for 3. They were 33% yesterday.
10:42 left to go here. 2 minutes or less for this man advantage. Potomac, here we go.
Thanks, Harry.
Richmond General's penalty, number 17, Tyler Pollitt. 2 minutes for slashing.
And there it is, down low. Oh, and it's a shot there, and a pad save along the far post. Fortunately, Murphy had his pad on the outside of the post as he was going backwards. He was the inside. That was a sure goal. Up top it goes. It's Gentzler over to the near side. Edgington pulled the trigger right in, and getting in the way of that one was Haler. And it's Gentzler. Doc Hensler getting chopped at. Wow. I think Haler's a little upset. The way the tide has turned, Mr. Schrembs.
Yeah, boy, what's this guy going? I'm having a hard time following him.
Halfway through the second period, 2-2 score. It's a cross-ice feed power play. For your sports broadcasting needs, visit crossicefeed.com here for the DC Metro region. Breaking away with it now, Nick Gray across the blue line. Gray trying to work his way through traffic as this one's put up into the protective netting and out of play. We'll have a face-off inside the Richmond zone as we got some pushing and shoving. Nick Gray and wet it. Going a little back and forth here.
Feel for this period has completely changed altogether. It's just been a dominating performance by the Patriots. They're just piling on the shots here, scoring opportunities. They've capitalized on 2 of them so far. The grinder, Anderson, seen more as more of a fourth line guy, and coaches always love when they see the fourth line guys ship in on the score sheet.
Anderson, termed as the Todd Bertuzzi type, having a few words here with Fasciano. And here's a turnover and a shot right in. Moyer will make a save. They are on a power play, but Anderson's more concerned about having a conversation with Fasciano. Is this more like a, hey, next whistle, you want to go? I hope not.
Did you see who got on the score sheet for San Jose the other night?
Yeah, was it John Scott?
It was John Scott. Speaking of fourth-liners.
Lurch.
The whole team was all smiles.
Turnaround by Holloway's shot, goes up above Moyer. His power play needs some help here. I see an SOS. Will they get it? That's McDonald setting it up. Holloway deep inside on the penalty kill here, putting out some forechecking along with Durham. Let's see if they can take advantage of that, because that leaves a lot of open ice. But nonetheless, we got 20 seconds left on the man advantage. 9 minutes left here in a second. It's 2-2 score. Across the line, Anderson being challenged by Holloway. Still with it up top. He goes to McDonald. Back along the half boards now. And it's Medeiros down into the corner. Medeiros getting a return pass, looking up top of the umbrella. McDonald, far circle he goes. And slowly, methodically, Curley takes a shot, and it's sticked out of play by Murphy as we are back to five-a-side hockey. 8:38 left here in a second. David Stearns with Brian Schrembs, John Baranowski and Philip Prevost. We are your cross-ice feed broadcast team. John Baranowski and Philip Prevost are our second wave that cover the George Mason University Patriots. So we're a very patriotic broadcast group, to say the least. And it's one over to the near side, up and out into the neutral zone. Ludeman just gets crushed there by Paul Serta. We found out what Ludeman's sleep number is. This one's cleared all the way down into the Patriot zone.
Not bad.
Over to the near side now. It's Patriots still trying to get out of their zone. They do so, but it's tipped back by Richmond. Olszewski will tip it back by accident there. Melissa's the other one back there, and it's going to be the Patriots controlling it now in the Richmond zone. Here comes Strykars along the near post, over to the far post, over to the far corner. He goes up top, Ludeman. He'll sweep it back down low for Strykars, back behind the cage. Looks up front, and a chance and a save by Murphy. No rebound coming. That one bounced its way onto the tape and found its way into the glove. Yeah, trying to find the opportunities up front. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like skee ball, you know? You kind of hope it falls into the right hole, onto the right stick up front, you know? When you're rolling it up from the back, great opportunities can arise when it finds its way into the right place.
It's a great skee ball comparison, too. Hats off to you for playing that card.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I guess you could say the point shots are like skee ball, too. You can either go up top, get the 100 points on the corners, or...
I think you've pretty much worn this one out. Why don't we leave this one be?
It's gone. And Dewar getting taken into the boards. Haler. The angry Haler. He was a little upset back inside of the Patriots zone. He's still a little angry. He's going to fuel some energy off of this this turn of events for his Richmond Generals. Back behind it goes. Now it's going to be Wadier. A call up from the Empire team. Ahead for Gentzler. Gentzler trying to get around his man. He gets pretty much clocked there by Dewar. Or Dewey. I beg your pardon. Dewey, not Dewar.
Wadier is a pretty big force for the Empire team.
Certainly.
Offensive and size-wise, too.
And a chance now. It's Mikey Carr who rejoins us from the penalty box.
Whoa, big hack there over by the boards.
Okay. Good eye. And here's a chance. Eric Anderson. Mr. Anderson trying to put it towards the front. Mr. Anderson cannot get it up to the point. Patriots almost getting tagged with too many men there if they would have gotten that pass off. But here's Jonas Glatt along the near wing. He backhands a pass through. A little late on that one, but now we have a delayed call, and it's going to go
Richmond
to Chad Lopez for a slash. In disbelief, he throws out his arm. 6:35 left here in a second. It is another cross-ice feed power play. They are 0 for 3. They're looking to go 25% on 1 for 7.
Got to make do with this one. Got to take the pressure off the defense a little bit here. Try and get that goal. Try and get something going in your favor heading into the second intermission here. I don't see him out there. They've been using number 71, Eric Anderson, quite a bit today, and I want to know if he's going to be used as that Lindros type player in front of the net, the big power forward.
Well, that's why they got Jack Strykars out there right now. Your second unit will be Anderson, I'm sure up front.
Yep.
Penalty number 10, Chad Lopez, 2 minutes for slash. Lopez.
McDonald, top of the umbrella, far circle, Curley, they score! HK 3-2 Potomac on a cross-ice feed power play goal.
Beautiful cycling of the puck right around. Not an opportunity for the goaltender to catch that rebound in midair as it flutters over his left shoulder and into the net. Just quick work of that power play. I guess you just have to ask and you'll receive. This team is clicking on all cylinders right now here in the second period. And if I were Richmond, I don't think this would be a bad time for a timeout, you know?
Yeah. 6:10 left here in a second. Patriots suddenly have a 1-goal lead. 3 unanswered goals. Potomac.
And now a chance along the half boards now for a breakout. It goes over the stick of Leonard and all the way down over to the near side for Drew Curley. Here's a call.
Scored by number 4, Jack Schrembs. Assisted by number 65, Kevin McDonald. And number 98, Corey Medeiros. That's strike cards.
Strike cards from McDonald and Medeiros is the call on the power play goal. Off into the far corner, it's Olszewski. Gonna chase it down. Olszewski gonna settle things down. Watch for the physical play to just turn up just a notch. Unless if the offense clicks here. Durham with a shot goes wide.
These Richmond Generals have done their tape homework. Oh, I'll let you take this one first.
And Murphy way out of there. Olszewski will chop at it over along the near side for Leonard. Leonard looking through center, finds Durham. Durham across the blue line, takes a shot, couldn't get it past Mendoza. And now it's cleared up through center by Mikey Carr, but nobody there to receive it. And now it's back for Carr in his own zone. He'll let it bounce back for Mendoza. 5 minutes to go here in a second. 3-2 Potomac. Carr through center now. Finds Medeiros. Corey Medeiros trying to get around Wedded. Medeiros into the corner. Stops. Gets away from Dewey. Up top. Turnaround shot. Gentzler's shot gets deflected out by the stick of Murphy. And we'll get a face-off to Murphy's left with 4:43 left here in a second. Potomac Patriots hockey is proudly sponsored by MyTech Automotive. Get your car road ready for the winter roads ahead with MyTech Automotive, located here in Woodbridge, Virginia. Visit mytechautoinc.com to schedule your appointment today. Turchenik taking the face-off here for Potomac. And it's won back by Lopez. Chad Lopez winning that draw for Dewey. Dewey up along the far boards, turned over off the ankle there of Beal.
Center.
And a chance now. Maltz gets shoved over, but it's still loose up front in the goal mouth, but it's cleared away. Mendoza keeping it in along the near boards. Finding it for Maltz. Maltz trying to get away from Weddin. Maltz on his backhand, squeezes it along the near post. No, it finds its way over to the far post where it's picked up by Weddin. Looking for a break pass for Certain. Oh, almost a chance there for a breakaway, but what happened back there? There's some bodies being thrown around there, Mr. Schrembs.
Yeah, here we go. Reminiscent of the very first game that we saw these two teams play against each other.
Memories.
Turchenik's looking for head contact.
Home run pass there for Beal. One-on-one with Mendoza. Mendoza trying to poke away. Beal's shot goes high above the glove and into the glass over to the near side. And a hard check there. It's getting chippy, sir. It's getting chippy. Ludeman pulling the trigger. Fasciano got in the way of that one. Murphy trying to clear it around the horn there for Haler. But it goes to Gray. Gray back behind the goal line. Feed over. Here comes a chance for Turchenik. Turchenik takes his shot to save. It's under somebody. Oh, it's going over to the far corner where it's intercepted by Weddin. Weddin leading the breakout here. 2-on-2, 3-on-2. But Chad Lopez going up and a change and a shot. Goes wide. I believe the glove of Moyer got a piece of it. Up top of the blue line. Kept in there by Richmond. 3:20 left here in a second. 3-2 Potomac. This one is getting a little interesting. Out gloved out through center by Zielinski, who will pop that one back in off of Edgington over to the near half boards, and a shot there by Tim, saved by Moyer. Off into the far corner is Jonas Glatt. Up along the far half boards, kept in there by Haler, back for Glatt behind the goal line, spinning away from Michael Lopez. Up along the far wing, it's Eric Anderson now, leading the charge back for Potomac the other way. Right in, Murphy will steer it over to the near boards, kept in, Paquin to Glatt, to the front, almost set up there on a beauty tip by Eric Anderson, but it goes wide. It would have been beautiful then. In my mind, it looked beautiful when he scored. Anderson going to try to get back at it there as it goes deflecting over to the near side boards. Up along the half boards, Drew Curley getting it off the bounce, trying to sweep it up to the front, airborne there, but it was blocked by Zielinski. Zielinski, who got in the way of that one, will take it himself back the other way. Getting it around Jonas Glatt, chasing it down, getting it around McDonald. 2:20 left here in the second. 3-2 Potomac. Jonas Glatt looking for an option. Plays it off the far boards, well, the near boards rather. Looked like it was far away, huh? As this one will make it far enough for icing.
Is that a makeup call from before? Yeah, maybe.
A questionable icing call per side. No, they're going to admit fault, and the faceoff will stay inside and to the left of Murphy.
Shh. Quiet while they putt.
2:11 left here in a second.
I agree, sir.
Rule. They changed that rule.
Did they now?
They did. Yep. Corliss will dump it in. Over to the near corner. Inside the Patriot zone, McDonald got it locked up in his skate. No movement coming. Referee looking for his whistle. Couldn't find it, so Drew Curley will help him move it out. And the pass ahead now for Strykars, who has a recent tally. He has the go-ahead goal right now. And it's tapped ahead by Curley, but it's Olszewski putting it D to D. And it's cleared out in the neutral zone. Intercepted there in front of the timekeeper's box by Kevin McDonald. K-Stash trying to put it ahead. And it'll be tapped back. Olszewski trying to deke out his goalie. Brings it over to the near side. Gloved out of the air. Here comes Keogh. Keogh in on goal. Shoots. Scores! Top shelf for Mama Hides the Liquor. It's 4-2 Potomac on a Keogh goal.
Big giveaway inside the zone there. Just a flip through the up the center. Never cleared up the center. Spencer Kehoe getting some air on that one, bringing the puck down to his stick, burying it upper left-hand corner on the goaltender Murphy. And we have a very different game than when this second period started, do we not, Stearns?
Spencer Kehoe gets his first goal as a Potomac Patriot, as they stash that puck aside. 1:25 left here in the second. 4-2 Potomac.
Who do I talk to in the intermission? This is just very uncharacteristic.
Just make it a group interview. Just kind of like
get everybody in there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Kind of a press conference.
We'll ask the GM here what he wants to do.
Scored by number 24, Spencer Keogh. Assisted by number 4, Jack Strykars. Keogh from Strykars at 1:25. 1 minute remaining in the period.
Keogh from Strykars. Strykars on a 2-point game so far.
Strykars has 2. McDonald has 2.
And a chance. Medeiros trying to cut it in on goal. Medeiros still with it. Medeiros on his backhand. Trying to get away from Holloway. Up top. Curley sending it along the half boards. Oh, and Gentzler got thrown into a trap. Down behind the goal. Here comes a chance. A wraparound try by Medeiros. Stuffed by the pad of Murphy. We're down to 30 seconds left here in a second. Patriots with a sudden 4-2 lead. That was chopped back and out by Mikey Carr. Just to kind of slow things down, I'm sure. Drew Curley working with McDonald. McDonald has a few generals as it goes off the ankle of one, Holloway, and it's chased down by Carr with 15 seconds to play. On an open wing here, Medeiros with a set pass ahead now for Doc Gentzler. 2-on-1. Here comes Gentzler in on goal. Oh, and he tried to toe drag it around, but great diving effort there by Dewey as the second period will end. And the Patriots are up 4-2. Oh, no. He jinxed it.
Hopefully that didn't jinx things.
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it. Oh, Lordy. We'll be back here with an interview, I'm sure, in a few moments' time. Stay tuned.
Second intermission here with Eric Anderson, one of the newest members of the Potomac Patriots. Eric, talk a little bit about your playing experience previous to this. Talk about the position that you play and the style of play that you like to keep out on the ice there.
I've always been a big guy with good vision, good hands, and I just try to get to the dirty areas and pass some goals for the Patriots. Good organization, and Andy wants me to be big, use my size, get to the net. That's what I did, and I got a scoring opportunity, and I buried it.
Talk a little bit about the scoring opportunity that you had. Coming off a goal, you guys went right back down in the zone, buried one yourself. What are you looking to play a power forward role for this team? We saw you out there quite a bit there in the second period.
Oh yeah, I just cut to the middle, and I was fortunate to get a shot off. The first shift after goal is always a big one. We got lucky enough to score off of it. And yeah, I'm just trying to be a good power forward, hit a lot, and put pucks in the back of the net.
The unfortunate circumstances of last night, you lost the lead to the same team here, these Richmond Generals. You kind of turned the tables on them now. You took a lead back and are kind of running it. What's Coach saying about finishing out this game here?
Always got to play the last 20 minutes hard and not give them any room. Just keep on them and play physical, play hard.
Best of luck in the third.
Thank you.
Back up to you, Stearns. Second intermission here. This team poured it on in the second period. Different goal scorers, multiple assists. It's been a pretty performance so far, but I have to see him finish this one out. Got to play 60 minutes of hockey.
Joined now with General Manager RJ Ziegler. RJ, 4-2 lead right now, and I guess we could thank a couple of new players. Obviously Eric Anderson potting a goal.
Yep.
And also Doc Gentzler creating some great opportunities. Talk a little bit about those two players coming in here. I know last night we had the 4-1 lead turned into a 5-4 loss in a shootout, but
are these guys going to be key to keeping this one from going that direction?
Well, you hope so. There's a lot of depth on our team, and these guys just add a little bit more of it. Anderson obviously adds some pretty good size. Got the puck to the middle of the ice, made a nice move. A couple other times he showed good puck protection. Such a big body, pretty hard for anybody to take care of. And Doc's he's a speed guy. He's going to be a guy that creates opportunities with speed. He's played with Corey Medeiros in the past, and so there's some chemistry there already existing, and he sees the ice really well. He quarterbacks one of our power play units, and if you notice, when he's back there on the blue line, his head's always up. He's always surveying everything, which is going to allow him to make quick decisions and get the puck to where it needs to be and distribute it well. So I think they'll both add a lot of depth to an already deep team. We have a lot of depth.
So 4 unanswered goals by the Patriots here after being down 2-0 going into the first intermission. What did you see that changed this team in the second period? I mean, they're 1 for 4 on the power play, and Richmond is 2 for 2.
Well, I mean, the 2 for 2 is pretty irritating. It shows you that they have 14 shots. I would say half of those are on their 2 power plays. They've scored on both their power plays. So if you take away those 2 power plays, what do they have?
A 4-0 game.
They have 7 shots on goal, and they're down 4-0. It's and the penalties. At least the first one, Corey's got to control himself. He doesn't need to get in there on the scrum. No one's doing anything. This isn't a dirty team. Richmond's a team that plays hard. They work hard. There's no reason for us to retaliate to things, just like there isn't any reason for them. So if we stay out of the box, we should be in good shape. Offensively, we've had opportunities the whole game. We started the second period with 2 breakaways. It's frustrating when you don't bury one of those, but it was nice to see that they just kept working. They kept, hustling, and they kept putting pucks to the net, and eventually it started to pay off.
Talk about the other side of the coin here. We're first time seeing Richmond in this league, and they only had a Met team last year, and all of a sudden they have these 2 teams that they fully stocked, and now here in the USPHL, they're on top of the Elite and Empire too, I believe.
The league that a team plays in only really means so much.
Right.
If you have a good program, you have a good program. I think that's just the way that it goes. I mean, Richmond is a program that is they're run well. There's good coordination and cooperation between them and their facility, just like there is with ours. And I think there's a lot of similarities between their program and our program. It really makes them a welcome addition to the USPHL. I think that's really what it comes down to. It's just about the organization and not so much the league. Yeah, they played in the Met last year. Maybe it's not as competitive a league, but that's why they wanted out. Now they're here, and I think they're pretty happy where they are. And I think as a league, we're pretty happy to have them.
Talk about the competition across the Southern Conference from what you've seen. I mean, we got East Coast coming up next weekend, usually a team that we match up quite well with here at the Elite level. Yeah. Talk a little bit about what you've seen from East Coast, and even Tampa's doing well for themselves too.
Yeah, it's a testament to the league again when you have good games across the board at every level, at every different division and everything. So I think that us in particular, we're a team that on our good days we could be the best in our conference, and on our bad days we could be the worst. I think what separates the really successful teams and the teams that are less successful is consistency. And if you're consistently working hard and you're consistently producing results, you're going to consistently be good. Right. That's something that Richmond's had, coming into this weekend, is they've been pretty consistent with their play. I mean, if you look at their games, they've been pretty consistent, and I think that's something that we're still trying to get to, and I think we're making small steps. The last 10 minutes of last night's game is a perfect example of what we don't want to do. Hopefully that's just, hopefully that's the last big lesson we have to learn and we can move forward. But, this third period will probably be a telling tale of whether or not they learn their lesson or not.
We have a short bit before we get to the third period, but this team is not a third period team by the numbers. What do they have to do in order to kind of transition that game? Everyone says let's play 60 minutes of hockey, but yeah, better said than done. I mean, it's easier said than done. So what do they have to do to make it 60?
I think be simple, work hard, keep your feet moving for every loose puck, whether it be going into our end or trying to beat them down to their end. I think a lot of our chances were resulting of our guys getting pucks deep and then trying to win the race down there. It looks to me like they might be running 5D, which means they could be getting tired. 2 games in less than 24 hours, they're probably getting tired with their 5D. we're running 4 full lines, 3 pairs of D. As long as we're and the same thing for our defensemen. Our D got to get back quick. If you watched a couple times, they beat out icing calls where our D was not getting back quick enough.
Right.
I think it's all about the small things. Make smart plays, be accountable for your actions, and all the little pieces will form one big puzzle.
Well, let's hope for a solid finish.
Yep.
Thanks for stopping up, RJ.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Prince William Ice Center here in Woodbridge, Virginia. Third period action. Just about to get underway between the Richmond Generals and your Potomac Patriots here in this USPHL Elite contest. Drawing to a close in the final 20 minutes, maybe. Because last night we were up 4-1 here, while down there in Richmond, and Richmond found a way to come back and win it 5-4 in a shootout. Let's hope that's not the case here as Potomac holds on to a 4-2 lead.
60 minutes of hockey, Stearns.
60 minutes of hockey. So we had plenty of intermission activity there. We had thoughts from all sides, and here we go. Richmond inside the Patriots zone, already controlling the play early on in this third frame. Looking to make it a fourth or a shootout if needed. Off into the corner. Battling for it now. It was Chad Lopez trying to get a hold of it. Now it's Turchenik. Turchenik now looking. Takes it through center red. And across over to the near side for Nick Gray. Gray on his backhand, trying to push it to the front. Zielinski will outbest him there as he pits it over the far half boards. Wadier will keep it in. And it's Turchenik, far circle with a shot. He'll get it on a rebound off of a defender up front, but Murphy will swallow it up. 47 ticks into this third period. Follow your Potomac Patriots on Twitter at Potomac Patriots. Also, download the team app for your mobile device and get updates, live updates from the team on breaking stories, stats, and much, much more. Mikey Carr, it's off into the slot it goes. Nice work there by Isaiah Olaszewski. He puts it through center now as it's turned over. Corliss trying to work for it. Chad Lopez stripping it away. Coming in on goal. He takes his shot. Oh, he just misses the near post. Gunned over to the near side. And it's Mikey Carr trying to duck away from Chad Lopez. It's Ian Edgington putting it over D to Wadier. And it's swung around over to the near side. Carr centering pass. Chad Lopez will interrupt it there as he puts it along the right wing. Up ahead now, it's Paulett. And it's Gentzler will pick it up, and it'll be a call against Ian Edgington.
Cross-check.
For cross-checking. Oh, that's not how you want this third period to go. They're up by 2 and a man advantage coming up for Richmond, which puts the Patriots on a Reebok Hockey penalty kill. Go to ReebokHockey.com to get the latest and greatest in hockey gear, or check it out here at the Potomac, or at the Prince William Ice Center's Pro Shop. Richmond 2 for 2 on their advantages today.
Richmond has had some success. They have to find a way to isolate that guy in front, make sure that there's no deflections, no distractions for Dustin Moyer, and make quick work of this 2-minute penalty.
7, Ian Edgington, 2 inches for cross. Edgington 2 for cross-checking at 18:36 on the rebound penalty kill.
And, wow, guns a-blazing here as Holloway putting on the afterburners, but he gets checked to the boards, forcing the puck over for Zielinski. Back behind the cage, turned over to Drew Crilly. Crilly spinning away from Holloway, swings it around the boards and out of the reach of Zielinski, and he'll swing it all the way down to Murphy.
Pats have isolated Holloway pretty well today. He only has 1 assist. He's a point-per-game player for Richmond, so not a bad job by the Potomac Patriots keeping the top scorer in check.
Over to the near side now for Durham. Durham across the line. Durham into the corner. That one goes airborne. Does not hit anything up top. And this one's loose. Holloway takes his shot, and a pad saved by Moyer. They almost had an interference call down there, and then we also had some retaliation. Nobody's calling anything here. This one, great block there by Doc Gentzler. Just what the doctor ordered as it's cleared down into the Richmond zone. 17:30 left here in the third. 50 seconds left on the Richmond power play. They are down by 2 to the Potomac Patriots. Richmond was up 2-0 after 1. Different story after 2. Down to Murphy it goes. 40 seconds left to kill. And it's turned over. Here's a chance. It's Maltz clearing it out through center. He thought he was going to kill some time back there with Drew Crilly. Now the puck's stuck in the feet of Corliss and Crilly in front of the Richmond bench. Corliss and Crilly exchanging blows there. No calls coming. Nick Gray trying to strip the puck away. And a hard check delivered there on Mike Fasciano. Back behind the cage, it's McDonald directing it over to the near side, and it's chipped out, cleared out by Maltz. Maltzy could not get it to Nick Gray. Now we're coming down to 5 seconds left. A pad save there by Moyer on a long distance shot from below percentage area there as Corliss wound up and took one through. And we're back to five-a-side hockey. Great kill by the Patriots. Richmond 2 for 3 with the man advantage. Patriots, 1 for 4. So the numbers are almost getting there. And Gazek, who had the first goal in this game, takes his shot blocked. And it's over to the near half boards as it's Dewey putting it down low. Taylor trying to find it up to the front. Back to Dewey up top at the near circle. Dewey takes the shot. Blocked by Gray. A second attempt. On his backhand does not get past Turchenik. Turchenik trying to clear it out. He'll find it along the near boards. This one's going to be a delayed icing, and they will call it an icing as Dewey will get there first. 15:56 left here in the third. 4-2 Potomac. Patriots hockey is sponsored by Threads Inc. of Dumfries, Virginia. Visit them on the web, locally owned and operated. That's threads-inc.com for your sports embroidery needs. Face-off will be to the left of Dustin Moyer. Trust the dust. He's seen 15 shots, allowing 2, but those 2 are on the man advantage, so you really can't fault him on those. As we have a bit of a delay here for whatever reason. He's kind of catching their wind, I guess.
Take it.
Thanks, ref. Goes over to the far side. And the Patriots through center for Streichhardt. Deflecting it in, no icing. No changes necessary on that one as it's Turchenik over to the near corner. Feeding it up to the front, and Murphy will cut it off, preventing it from going to Melise or Streichhardt, who were left wide open.
No, we've seen this and almost a transformation this year from the offensive perspective of this team. I mean, just the shot count alone should be an indication of what this team is capable of offensively.
Melise right in on goal. Murphy stopping it up, holding the post. Yeah.
We've seen all 4 lines contribute tonight. We've seen Kehoe get his first goal this season. We've seen Anderson get his first goal as a Potomac Patriot. Anderson, I spoke with him during the intermission. I don't know if you could see me, but I was there.
Yeah. At least pulling the trigger, that one goes wide. Murphy will try to glove that one down. Spencer Kehoe, who also got his first goal as a Potomac Patriot, chasing it down over to the far corner as he tangos with Lopez and Fasciano. It's Michael Lopez. Zielinski will have it now. That's Jack Zielinski with it now, leading the breakout. In the neutral zone he goes, trying to get it over. Michael Lopez back, D-to-D. Patriots with it now. Ian Edgerton along the near side. Up along the wing for Kehoe. Deflecting by Streichhardt, but it's popped out by Richmond through center. As the Patriots get a couple of changes out there on the ice. Jack Streichhardt teeing it up. 15 minutes left here in the third. 4-2 Potomac. Here at the Prince William Ice Center. We're back here with East Coast next weekend, so tune in. Check it out. Lots of fun to be had, I'm sure. Haven't seen those guys in a while.
Saturday, Sunday affair.
You got it. Haven't seen them back in this barn since playoffs. Or not playoffs. Showcase. I beg your pardon. The playoffs were down there last year. That was the last time they tangoed and had some fun. Last time, maybe not so much fun. We'll talk about that more next weekend. It's this one set up to the front. Trying to set it up was Eric Anderson. We'll try to get a I beg your pardon, a Patriots playback this week. We do apologize for the lack of one for the last few weeks. And here comes Eric Anderson, in on goal. Gets around 2. Oh, man, he takes a shot and a save there by Murphy. Boy, he just danced his way into the net. But he just couldn't put the puck in there.
Doesn't play like a 4th liner, I'll tell you that much.
No, he doesn't.
He's got the size of a 4th liner.
This one bouncing around. Follow the bouncing puck as this one comes out in the neutral zone. Holloway putting on the afterburners yet again. Nice poke away by Nick Ludeman. Great work. And now Holloway still trying to work at it. Justin Mendoza finishing his check. Casey Paquin looking a little shaken up after that whole ordeal along the near side.
Has to not retaliate. He's got to skate away on that one.
Got a loose twig out here in the neutral zone. Dewey will take a shot. That one deflected through off the ankles of somebody. Durham trying to sweep it home as this one's cleared out by the Patriots down the length of the ice. This one will be called an icing as Dewey hits the hash marks. 13:35 left here in the third. The coaching staff from Richmond is shouting about who was on the ice.
A lot of shots that these Richmond Generals are taking are coming from the point. And we got a penalty. Durham's.
Oh, it's Durham, I believe. Yep.
Fun in his mouth, maybe.
Yep. Oh, boy. Is that a 10-minute? Probably a 10-minute. You know, usually the hands on the hips is not our dance move. It's actually 10 minutes.
You mean he's not going to dip when you dip and
No.
I dip?
But those hips don't lie. It's a 10-minute misconduct coming up.
The pop culture references are not our thing.
Cameron Durham. Yeah, I know. That reference is about 10 years old by now. Yeah.
Let's leave that be.
Forgot the conversation I was having last week with Michael Anderle from the Empire team. Something about 1997 that went way over his head.
Oh, the laser pucks.
Yes.
Number 91, Cameron Durham. A 10-minute misconduct for unsportsmanlike conduct. Durham, 10-minute misconduct at 13:35.
And here comes the chance. Corey Medeiros up top. Mikey Carr takes a shot and a save by Murphy. Had a lot of whistles, a lot of craziness, a lot of stopping, a lot of skates, grinding into the ice, but nothing else happened.
Now the Pats, I feel like the Pats still have the Generals on their heels just a little bit right here. They're trying to get under their skin a little bit, trying to draw another penalty, trying to get another man advantage. You know what? If you can do it the right way, if you don't take one yourself, you've done your job.
Shout out to sidelined Potomac Patriot Connor Ackerman watching from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, calling for an interview over the phone.
I'll give him one. I'll give him an interview over the phone.
I don't know if we can do it live during the broadcast, but maybe we'll catch up with you for a Patriots playback and get your thoughts as this one. I mean, that guy can't get a break. Last year, the severed Achilles, the Achilles tendon. Oh my goodness. Whew. Yeah. This time around, a little different story. A couple of breaks in his foot. Oh boy. So here comes Richmond. Fasciano on his backhand. Couldn't get it past. Another try here. Bouncing puck in front. Cleared away. Now he gets the pushing and shoving. Drew Crilly is making sure that Dustin Moyer has a friend. My goodness.
What are they calling for here? What do we got?
He's just saying no changes for the Potomac bench because they are the offenders who stopped the play. 12:34 left here in the third. 4-2 Potomac. Patriots hockey, sponsored by the Prince William Ice Center, pwice.com. Check out pwice.com for the public skate schedule, stick and shoots, and much, much more. That's pwice.com. 5180 Dale Boulevard, Woodbridge, Virginia. Public skates here are just wild.
Yeah, I saw one last weekend.
I stay away from them.
A lot of Miami Sound Machine being played.
Talk about pop culture references. And that's an interference on Gazik coming up here as he took out Doc Gentzler along the near side.
Gentzler has been all over the ice this game. He has been chippy. He's been getting under the skin of these Generals, and it finally pays off. He didn't take a penalty in return. So it hasn't been a bad opening weekend here for one of the newest members of the Potomac Patriots, Doc Gentzler from California. Played with the Junior Kings, I believe he said.
Yes, indeed. Some Tier 1 hockey over there in California. That's Ryan Gazik of Eagan, Minnesota. Will sit for 2 on the interference. And now a coach whose name is not on the USPHL website. I do apologize. I'd address him properly, but I don't have any names. We'll just call him Mr. Coach. Mr. Coach, having a discussion with LaCour, the referee. And a shot. Oh, man, that one went off the bucket of Murphy. Oh, man, his bell is wrong by that one. And it's Beal, shorthanded the other way. Maybe John was forecasting a shorthanded goal coming up here for Richmond. Beal trying to take another shot. Great poke check by Moyer. Trying to help his boys out here. And back for it. And it's Medeiros and K-Stash. Home run pass being called for by Jack Strykars, who's just waiting patiently along the near side blue line, but instead it's a red herring as it goes for Corey Medeiros. Medeiros on his backhand to the front. Oh, that one just got swept along the far post back behind the goal line. Medeiros behind the back. Gives it off for Maltz. Back to Medeiros. Strykars floating up front. He did it before. Can he do it again? Here comes Maltz to the front. Strykars a bouncer up front in the blue paint. And it's cleared up to the blue line. Not out. Second try. We'll go on to the tape of Beal. Trying for a shorthanded break here. Careful there, McDonald. You got Leonard behind you. Leonard did get one before in this game. And there's a one-time set up and a save by Moyer. Oh, baby. And it's off back behind the cage. This is a power play for Potomac, mind you. Half a minute left on the cross-ice feed power play. 10:45 left here in the third. 4-2 Potomac. Nick Gray trying to swing it around the horn. Dewey got in the way of that one. Dewey will put it on his backhand, and he'll put it up along the dasher. Not out. Kept in there by Doc Gentzler. Gentzler putting it down low. And a second try to get it out. Not out. Kept in there by Gentzler. Over for Edgington. Edgington trying to maintain control of that puck as it's swept away and cleared out. That one rolled off his blade, and Gentzler back to chase as we return back to five-side hockey. 10:20 left here in the third. Patriots go 1 for 5. And Gentzler trying to get away from Holloway. A little help there from the ref, and the Richmond Generals across the line. Having trouble getting it in deep. It's Paul Serta. Having trouble with it there. Now, trying to move it out. Are the Patriots. And it's turned over to Pollitt. Pollitt takes a shot. Ting fries are done off the side of the post. And a quick whistle there. The puck was loose. Now we got some pushing and shoving. Don't get up. Gentzler's going to the box. I can already tell you that right now. 9:55 left here in the third. Pushing and shoving.
Moyer's got to watch himself too. He almost had head contact on the player that he was trying to shove. Definitely not something you want to take right now. And we've seen Moyer take a few penalties this year. He's got to keep himself cool and composed.
They were
here
against Richmond, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a good position as Doc Gentzler will sit for unsportsmanlike. It'll be 2 minutes. No, it's offsetting with Holloway. No man advantage.
Got lucky on that one.
We are going 5-a-side hockey. Nothing up on the board. 2 players to isolate out. It is Holloway, who is at the top of the stat sheet for Richmond. 6 goals, 5 assists coming into this contest. And Doc Gentzler, a dangerous newcomer. And a shot bouncing its way through over to the far side. It was Gentzler that played in LA, is that correct?
Correct.
Yes, okay. Trying to get my story straight.
Anderson's also a California guy, but
not from the Kings.
Correct.
Richmond Generals will make number 77, Jordan Holloway, 2 weeks for slashing. Holloway took the slashing. Gentzler 2 on sportsmanlike, all at 9:55.
And we'll get a stoppage here. Want to get back in the game? Nagged by that old sports injury you need Mid-County Physical Therapy. Visit midcountypt.com to schedule your appointment with them today. They're not just any old physical therapy. They're hands-on, and they are good at what they do. So, midcountypt.com to get back in the game. I need to go see them. Man, I got to get back into the ice. Itchy.
Well, you have 65-year-old knees. So.
Well, yeah. When the orthopedic surgeon says just that, physical therapy can do wonders, but I don't know if it could do that much wonder.
I'll give him a try.
Up top, Edgington trying to kick it to a stick, and he does keep it in just for a minute, but instead it'll be taken away by Michael Lopez. Up ahead now for Tim. Tim on his backhand. Couldn't get it towards the net. Moyer supports it. Oh! Somebody got taken down hard there. I didn't see it behind the play, but he is hurt.
I can't see who it is.
And we'll go with an injury timeout as Doc Yeskin will come out to tend to the injured player. I believe that's Ian Edgington.
Would that be a tough loss? Very important defender for the Potomac Patriots, a veteran guy. I was following the play in the corner. I did not see.
I didn't see. It came from behind the play. I don't know if he got taken out, and I mean, I think the impact with the net may have been what done it. And apparently we're asking for somebody to clean something up. And it appears he's okay.
Looks like a knee injury.
That is not good. Edgington is definitely a very smart defender on the back end on the blue line. Great with his hockey vision, you know, out there on the ice and reading the plays. He does a fine job, and hopefully it's just a stinger. I'm just hoping that's what it is.
I'll catch up with the doc after the game and see what the prognosis is. Diagnosis? Prognosis? I've gone to school long enough to be a doctor, but I actually am not one. You want to help me out here? Or?
I went to school for the same amount of time you did. We'll see what his prognosis is.
Student loans at crossicep.com.
Point shot from Fasciano blocked. Trying to dig for it. Turchenik, another try. Blocked again. Sent out by Nick Gray. Gray trying to catch up with it. Takes out his man. Nicely there. It's inside the blue line.
We're getting a little physical.
And
Nothing
it's getting
stupid.
chippy. Turchenik trying to drag it down. 8:35 left here in the third. 4-2 Potomac at the moment. Comes along the near side. Fasciano getting battered around. He was the latest victim on the hit in front of the Richmond bench. This one goes airborne. Fasciano trying to drag it down. Cleared away by Turchenik, and Turchenik gets it out in the neutral zone. Sviatoslav Turchenik, a player that we will one day get an interview with and hopefully get more than 8 words. This one goes into protective netting, and we'll have a stoppage play. 8-12 left here in the third. Patriots holding on to that 2-goal lead.
I asked the GM if he wanted to do it. He said not quite yet.
GM RJ?
GM RJ. Yeah, that works.
Call 703-763.
Or you can go with GM RZ. Doesn't have the same ring. Face-off won by Richmond. Point shot there by Corliss. Easily steered aside by Moyer over to the half boards. Richmond trying to get a hold of it. Beal spun away there. Corliss had it for a second. Up top, Dewey clearing it around the horn over to the near side. Mendoza tracking it down. He'll find it, getting it away from Brian Leonard. Over to the half boards it goes, and
Nice
cleared
pass.
up and out by Melise through center now. Here comes a one-on-one. Jack Strykar's taking his shot. Dewey got in the way of that one. Spencer Keogh will find it. Over to the half boards, scooping it down low. Jack Strykar's will retrieve it. Strykar's looking for options. Strykar's up top to the point. Ludeman pulls the trigger, and it just goes wide of the pad of Murphy. May have been redirected up front. And back behind the goal line, it's Wedden putting it over to the near, or to the far boards, I beg your pardon. Where it's caught up by Corliss. Corliss will try to track it down here, trying to get ahead of his man, getting a stick ahead of Melise. And it's up along the far half boards. Things are getting a little bit chippy there. Strykar's got taken down by Wedden. And this one will be an icing, as Mendoza's there first. Strykar's exchanging some pleasantries as he got chopped at the hands. So he's shaking his hand off. It was behind the play. The referee was right there, but he decided to let him play on.
Still got 7:15 left to go here in the third period. Got to finish this game out. We saw 2 goals in 30 seconds by Potomac. Nothing saying it can't work the other way too. One more would be nice to gain a little bit of insurance here.
Medeiros chasing it down. Ooh, he gets crunched by Holloway. A nice cleanup there. It comes along the near side by Mikey Carr. Up top to the point, Drew Curley. Had it in his wheelhouse. I beg your pardon, that was not Mikey Carr. They both look very similar. Same height, same cages. It's Carr and Gentzler. Now, over to the near side, it's Carr along the left wing. Carr trying to get around Dewey. Chasing it down. Lost it to Dewey as he got checked by another Richmond general coming in there. That was Holloway. And it is now across the line. Paul Serta. And still getting a little chippy out there. So everyone wants to grab a partner.
Shoving,
They're all converging. Kind of outnumbered there, 4 against 1. Looks like Paul Serta is trying to rattle some cages here. Looking for the scouting report on Serta. Serta's only got 6 penalty minutes, 1 goal, 3 assists on 11 games. Serta's having a conversation with the linesman.
And 3 Patriots.
Maybe they're figuring out where they're going to grab lunch after this.
Probably. There's a Subway up the road. That sounds really good.
Yeah. We should throw them a plug.
Nothing stupid here.
Well, it'll be Medeiros going in. And timeout being called by Potomac.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe this is the discipline talk.
Time to have that talk. Yeah. Time to have that talk.
No stupid penalties.
6:38 left here in the third. The Patriots timeout. Patriots hockey, sponsored by Spine and Joint Institute of Fairfax, Virginia. For your family wellness, sports medicine, and chiropractic needs, you need Dr. Felix Yeskin and Dr. Maria Schaefer. Check out the website, sjinstitute.com, for more details on how to schedule your appointment today. Patriots are also proudly partnered with the Prince William Hockey Club and the Potomac Prospects. Play, develop, advance. Check out pwhockey.com for more details on these great development and youth hockey programs. Face off to the right. That's one by Richmond, but it's cleared up out by J.C. Packwood. Welcome back, partner.
Sorry about that. I'm
Is the baby on its way?
Yeah, more or less.
Down low, it's Mendoza. And a doggy pile.
Play it along, gentlemen.
And the bone finds its way onto the stick of Jonas Glatt. Glatt along the near side. He finds it for Eric Anderson. Or Eric Lindros, whichever you prefer. Back behind the goal, trying to stick it away is Packwood. And Packwood trying to squeeze it down for Anderson. And Anderson will work his way in there and take it away. Back behind the cage, he goes over to the near side post and he tries to scoop it up to the front, but it's popped away by Richmond. Less than 6 to play. Patriots with the 4-2 lead. They had a 4-1 lead last night, taken away from them, and the losers in the shootout. Now they'll try to get 2 points back.
These are Richmond Generals on top of the South right now. But not for nothing, Potomac's played them tough this weekend.
Yep. Patriots against their opponents are 8 goals, 4 and 13 against as this one comes up top to Moyer. They really need to work on that third period. First period, they're 12-11. That one right in on Moyer, another save. Second period, they are 12-14. So it's the third period where they really kind of take a hit.
You know, it's all about finishing that game.
Richmond, of course, sitting on top with 17 points. Patriots back at 11, hoping to get 3 out of 4 points on the weekend.
That'd be a good weekend if you ask me. Against the top team in the division, I'd take that.
They'll come up and tie the Palm Beach Hawks.
Florida Eels are up there too, I believe.
Florida Eels are behind Richmond by 1 point with 16. Then Tampa with 15. Hampton Roads with 15. Atlanta with 15. So it's a very competitive Southern Conference.
It is. It's very different from years past. It seems like the level of play has picked up just a little bit here. Tony Hawk?
You got it. 504. Nobody knows who that is. They think it's some... Just
kidding. Buy the shoes at Kohl's. Isn't that what you're talking about?
Oh, it's gotten that bad, huh? We're getting that old. Down into the corner. Getting older all the time. Near corner it is. It's the Patriots trying to sweep it out. 3 guys against the 2. It's Corliss and Beal fighting for Richmond. Corliss going after Ludeman, and the whistle will come. And, yeah, we've tested everybody's patience. The puck ain't moving. We'll have a face-off to the left of Dustin Moyer. 4:44 left here in the third.
I feel like the last 3 minutes has been spent up along the boards. I don't know if that's the strategy here, but it's a bold strategy, Cotton.
See how it pans out. Josh Maltz trying to get around Dewey. Stops. Far circle. Feeds it into the slot. Nick Gray couldn't get it. Mendoza faking his way through. Sends it over to Maltz. Down over into the far circle. Squirts its way to the front. Nick Gray was a little occupied at the moment. Gray turning it around. Stick aside by Murphy. Turchenik will find it along the far half boards. Turchenik backhands it down, but Holloway will pick it up, and Holloway looks for an outlet pass here over for Beal. And Beal will take it through center. And into the Patriots zone he goes. Trying to get a shot past McDonald, but it's taken away by Turchenik. Turchenik trying to jump away from a check there. Holloway took him out for a moment. The puck moves onto the tape of Dewey. And it's sent out through center. Gazek. And it's all the way down to Moyer. No icing. We come down to 4 minutes left here in the third. 4-2 Patriots.
If you're coach, do you want to slow this game down a little bit? What do you think he said at the timeout there?
Most dangerous lead in hockey is the 2-goal lead, so don't sit back on your heels, I think. It's just kind of push forward, keep it out of your zone, and don't let them set up. Gazek up top, point shot, redirect off the stick up front, but it still misses the far post.
A lot of shots coming from the point tonight from Richmond.
And now it's taken away by the Patriots with Medeiros. Carr going to that. Carr in on goal. Backhand shot. Paired save by Murphy. Oh, baby. What a pivotal save for Richmond. Oh, man. That was a turning point. Could have been a 3-goal lead for Potomac. Curley will keep it in. Sending it down low. Past Medeiros over to the near side it goes. Nobody there for the Patriots. Richmond looking to break out now with 3 minutes coming up here in the third period. 4-2 Patriots holding on to this lead. Pollitt. Doc Gentzler, watch that stick. You don't want to get called for performing surgery. Hooking. What? Slap shot reference.
Oh.
Over to the near side. Doc Gentzler taking it now into the Richmond zone. He gets taken out on a check. And he lost his twig in the process. Mikey Carr trying to poke it away. And Ludeman having a little bit of trouble trying to get there. Moving his feet too fast.
but he'll find the puck in front of his bench over to the near side, and the neutral zone for Mikey Carr, who's being tracked by Tim. Killing some time now.
Yeah, I was going to say, no urgency right now from Potomac, just playing simple simple catch out there.
Don't allow them to set up, I'm sure is the message here. As it goes over for Michael Lopez. Lopez gets taken out there by Gentzler. Lucky he didn't get called for a trip. I think he got away with one there.
He might have. He was looking for that hip check, though.
Jack Zielinski with it back in his own zone to regroup along the near side. Getting away from Melise. Melise still tracking him on the back check. Melise shadowing him. Getting in the way of it. Nice work there as he stuck with him the entire time and kicked it out into the neutral zone. And Dewey putting it into the near corner of the Patriots zone as we come down to 2 minutes left here in the third. 2-goal lead for Potomac. Melise deflecting it out and into the Richmond zone, not far enough for an icing. Tracked down by Dewey. Jack Strykar slapping a stick on the ice, thinking he can put one past him. But Dewey still holds on. Through center now, deflected in by Beal, no icing. Drew Creeley will chase it down to the far corner, try to backhand it. Didn't have a full wrap on it, but now it'll be controlled by Kevin McDonald over to the near side. Jack Strykar through open ice.
Pass.
Holloway almost took it away and on alone into the net. This one tossed in. Murphy steering it off over to the near side. Strykar going into attack as the Patriots make some changes.
Wonder if we see Murphy go here.
Great forecheck in there. Murphy will keep an eye on him as Turchenik takes it at the blue line. Takes a shot. Stick save there. And sticked aside by Murphy. Try to chase it down. Turchenik on his own rebound. 3 generals there. Turchenik.
He's got them all hooked up.
He does. And Gray in there to support. This one comes out to the red line as we come down to the 1 minute mark. Left here in the
dong.
1 minute remains here in the third period. This one will ring out into the rafters. And we'll have our 10-minute misconduct man rejoin us on the ice. That is Christopher Durham. And Josh Maltz.
Fisticuffs over there.
Or Cameron Durham, I beg your pardon. But yes, Josh Maltz has suddenly disappeared. Turchenik is going in to find him. So is Nick Gray. Whoa, Turchenik getting pushed out. And the referee being consulted here by Holloway. Turchenik is just trying to find his man. He's not challenging anybody. He's just trying to see where he went.
Just a general concern for players abroad.
Maltz is getting a penalty. Well, no, LaCour is trying to call for Maltz to get in the box.
There's only a minute left unless they're matching minors.
He's telling him to go to the dressing room. I know it's not an ejection. It's probably just 2 minutes. Yeah, if it's matching, then no point in really sticking around. I mean, he could watch it from the dressing room on Fast Hockey. Presented by Cross Ice Feed. So we're down to the 1 minute mark. 2-goal lead for Potomac. 2 minutes on the board for Maltz. If Maltz goes to the dressing room, and he's the only one that's getting up on the board,
nobody 2 and 10.
I don't understand if he gets mobbed by Richmond.
He must have said something, maybe unsportsmanlike conduct.
Quite possibly. Well, we weren't there. We were up here merely observing like everyone else, and we don't know. But that's just kind of an untimely power play set for Richmond. So
chances are he said something to somebody on the bench.
A timely penalty or power play for Richmond.
Oh yeah,
untimely for the Patriots to kill.
But it's one of those things where you don't, because they're going to have their goaltender pulled. I mean, that's without a doubt.
Yeah, he's already waiting there at the far circle like, hey, can I come in now?
This is going to turn into a 6-on-4 here momentarily. You don't want to give them any opportunity to get 2 quick ones like we saw Potomac get there in the second period. Oh, and the face-off is going to be down to the left of Dustin Moyer. And I'm surprised that we see Murphy still standing between the pipes down here.
Yeah.
I would have expected him to be on the bench.
No goals scored here in this third period. All the Patriots' goals came in the second. 2-0. All of Richmond's goals came in the first period.
Physical period, though. I mean, the intensity has definitely stepped up quite a bit.
Stat-wise, that puts the Patriots 12-13 in the first period, for and against. 12. Well, no, now that helps their second period. Their second period looks incredible now.
They're a second period team.
They are a second period team. 16-14. And the third period, it still remains 8-13. So hopefully they can maintain the status quo with no goals being scored. And Patriots walk away with a victory, but let's see how this last minute pans out as they are down a man.
How is Murphy not on the bench? Like, how is this? What on
I am confuzzled.
Now
they call their timeout,
okay.
and now they call their goalie, and now they're going to drop a play and assist in dragging this afternoon on even further. It's 4 o'clock here on the East Coast. Empire game on the other side between Potomac and Richmond, which should have started about 10 minutes ago. We're still going to truck on. This is the longest minute of hockey I've ever
Honestly,
witnessed.
it's like
a college basketball game.
Oh my God.
Here it is. Well, I wonder, who do they do? They're going to have to load up the front of the net. You got 6 guys attacking on a power play. You got to be smart about who you have up top for Richmond.
Big face-off here to the left, Dustin Moyer. If they can get that face-off, win it back, send it down the ice, that's gonna ease things up just a little bit.
Of course, we don't see Stephen Gerke on this. Usually he's the penalty kill guy, but last night with the ejection, with the check from behind,
got to sit this one out.
He's got to sit this one out. So it's
his work ethic has sorely missed here today.
And Edgington is not out; he's still hurt. And then, of course, Maltz is out. So quite a turn of events. Here we go.
Patriots penalty to number 94, Josh Maltz. 2 minutes for nothing and a 10-minute misconduct.
It is!
Oh! Off the goal post.
Finish it,
rebound! A backhand shot. Oh, and it goes off the side of the net. Devin Melise. Didn't Melise have 2 posts in the last game when it was open netters?
Yes, he did.
Saturday against Hampton?
That he did. Come on, Moyer, take a shot at it.
Moyer, looking. Can he go Marty Brodeur? No, he can't. It's along the near side, into the corner. As we come down to half a minute left here in the third period, Patriots with the 2-goal lead. Power play advantage to Richmond. They are 6 on 4 with the extra attacker out. That one right in on Moyer. Moyer makes the save. He's got it under the paw, and he holds on. 19 seconds remain. Patriots got to be careful not to bite on the bait.
Moyer hugging that post to the left there. Deflection. Got his big frame up there and stopped that puck from going upper 90. Beautiful save, right position, and down it goes.
So
we got it again.
We got it. And going. Goal! 5-2 Potomac.
Is that Crilly?
I believe it was. It was Drew Crilly with a launcher into the empty net.
They've been practicing those long-range shots at the weekly skates here at the Potomac, at the Prince William Ice Center. Coach has really been stressing those 70-foot shots, and I think he got this one down pretty good.
You're checking out their practices, eh? Oh, boy.
I'm Bill Belichick in this whole thing.
You got it.
Potomac Patriots goal! Scored by number 82, Doc Gentzler.
Oh, Gentzler, I beg your pardon.
Crilly got the assist.
And a long toss on Holy Family University. The Potomac Patriots take 3 out of 4 points on the weekend against the Richmond Generals as they congratulate their goaltender, Dustin Moyer, on the victory. What a great team effort overall.
Overall. Just one of the most complete games we've seen this team play.
For the elite side, we'll see you back here with the East Coast Eagles coming to town next week Saturday. Or this week Saturday, I beg your pardon, at the end of the week. It'll be East Coast in town at the Prince William Ice Center as we change our track over here. So, Potomac, victors in this one. Got a point last night, a shootout loss, 2 points today on the win. As always, don't stop believing. Stay tuned, Empire action on the other side.